is a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Georgia Highlands College presents Paulding County Patriot Football on the World Wide Web through Mixlr.com. Live coverage of Paulding County Patriot games on the Mountain Coast Network is brought to you in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Now, let's go live to the stadium for tonight's game with the voices of Paulding County football, Steve Turrentine and Logan Maddox.
Hello again, everybody. Good evening to you. Whether you are tuning in here in Dallas, Georgia, in Paulding County, or over in North Hall County, we're looking forward to a great matchup. Welcome into Dave Hardin Stadium in Dallas, Georgia, where Coach Van Spence's Paulding County Patriots are hosting the North Hall Trojans, coached by David Bishop. Ladies and gentlemen, the day that we have all been waiting for throughout the summer months is finally here. It's week one of the high school football season. I'm Logan Maddox with you for tonight's season opener at Paulding County High School. Alongside me is the legendary Steve Turrentine. And Steve, doesn't it just feel so great to be back here?
Logan, it was so funny. I was driving here, man. I was fired up. I'm glad that I didn't pass too many police officers. It might have been bad news because I was trying to get here in a hurry. It is, man, I'm excited about it. Excited about being able to call with you. And, man, just having Friday night back is awesome.
It feels so good just to be back here in a stadium, and you see the fans out here. Every year you get this special feeling once it's the start of football season, and even though you have the scrimmages that get the players ready and it gets the fans ready, it's just not the same until you line it up until the games really matter.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just watching a little pregame was enough to kind of get me fired up too. Just seeing them getting ready and watching them, and there's just nothing like it. You can go to the practices, you can kind of interview, which we'll get to here in a minute, but man, to get to where they're playing and watching the games is amazing. It's awesome.
Well, we're getting you set up here for the Patriots taking on the Trojans right here at Paulding County High School, a 6A versus 3A matchup here in week one, and it's a rematch of last year's season opener. That game played up in Gainesville, and we'll talk more about that game here in a little bit, but that was a win for Paulding County. Of course, the home team hoping for a win here in Dallas tonight. We're counting down to kick off on the Patriots pregame show presented by Georgia Highlands College. With more remote, online, and hybrid course offerings than ever before, you can take the classes that work for you and take charge of your future. Georgia Highlands College also has 5 campuses located in Dallas, Rome, Cartersville, Douglasville, and Marietta. That's Georgia Highlands College, the title sponsor of Paulding County Patriots football on the Mountain Coast Network. For more information, please visit highlands.edu. By the way, our Adairsville Tigers game day crew has Adairsville at Chattooga tonight. You can catch them on our Mountain Coast Network homepage, mountaincoastnetwork.com. Next week, they'll be in Adairsville as the Tigers host Cass. Elsewhere in Paulding County tonight, North Paulding takes on South Gwinnett at home. Hiram travels to South Paulding, and East Paulding hosts Kennesaw Mountain. Now, Steve, you look at these week one matchups, and obviously teams going to be playing the non-region games. I think it matters just a little bit more when you have an in-county matchup, and I think a lot of eyes are going to be on the south part of this county as South Paulding is hosting Hiram.
Yeah, I saw that too, and that was one of the things that I kind of marked too, because I think you're right. I think anytime that you have, unless you're playing out of state or if you're playing way out of county, those games are going to be, even though they're non-region, they're going to be taken seriously, and they're going to be going for that W.
And, of course, the Paulding County Patriot coaching staff is going to have eyes down in Douglasville tonight because that's who they're playing next week is Hiram. So, not only that, South Paulding a region opponent. So, a lot at stake.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and a chance to really scout out and see what's going to be in store for both teams later on this year. We've already mentioned East Paulding and South Paulding, but also in action in Region 5 6A this evening. Alexander is taking on Chapel Hill. Carrollton is hosting New Manchester. Dalton is hitting the road to take on Calhoun, and that's a big-time matchup in North Georgia. Douglas County is meeting Lithia Springs, and Rome will travel to Rockmart. And, Steve, I know that you and Noah have had the chance to see a lot of teams in Northwest Georgia. You saw Rome last year. I'm sure you've heard about Rockmart. If you haven't seen Rockmart, that's a huge matchup. When you talk about a 6A and a 3A school squaring off, two of the top 10 teams in both classifications.
Exactly. You're exactly right. And, you're looking at that, and you kind of think 6A, 3A, there's a mismatch, but it's not. Rockmart is physical. They're always very fundamental. The last several years anyway, they're very fundamental. And it's unusual to see as these many good matchups this first week, really.
And then the final team in action in Region 5 6A is right here in Dallas, the Paulding County Patriot football team hosting North Hall. The Trojans making the drive in from Gainesville, a long drive this evening, and they're wanting to play spoiler, wanting to get revenge for a tough loss last year. 24-7, and we'll preview more of this game here in just a bit. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. You're listening to the pregame show, the Patriot pregame show here on the Mountain Coast Network. Next up, after this commercial break, we're going to have a pregame conversation with Patriot head coach Van Spence. We invite you to pull up a chair and spend Friday night with us here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County Patriot football on the Mountain Coast Network is presented by Georgia Highlands College.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
And welcome back, Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here on the Mountain Coast Network, getting you set for tonight's matchup between Paulding County and the visiting North Hall Trojans. And Steve, I saw you nodding your head a little bit there. You like the beach theme, the opener?
I'll tell you, it kind of made me think maybe a little bit of Caribbean feel or something there for a little bit. But yeah, that was good.
Well, you know, we're close to the beach here in Dallas.
That's
right.
Much
down
closer,
the road.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, looking at this game, I want to talk about the weather conditions for those listening back home. And, you know, yesterday you were looking at this game and you were looking at the weather forecast and you were kind of scared.
Yeah.
A lot of rain was supposed to come through, and they might have gotten a shower here or there. Nothing nearly as bad as what we were expecting. Temperature here at kickoff should be around 80 degrees right now in Dallas, 82 degrees, and a few clouds in the sky, but nothing bad. I wouldn't even say overcast, just a few stray clouds. Should be just fine, but we do want to mention what a great stadium.
Exactly what I was thinking,
Yeah.
Logan. As you were talking, I was looking out and I was thinking, man, it's such a pretty stadium. It's got the turf, it's got the wide end zones, really good viewing stadium. You're pretty close to the field. Wondering if North Hall is going to have some more people probably trickle in, but it is a long way. And yeah, good turnout and man, just good weather for tonight.
And a lot of people for Paulding County here, we expected it, and they're already forming a tunnel over
exactly.
on the right side of the stadium because the players will be coming out of the Ken Phillips Fieldhouse over there. They'll be making their way to the field. But, again, a great stadium, a great venue to catch a football game here at Dave Hardin Stadium. If you haven't made it out to a game here in Dallas, Georgia, we encourage you to come out and support the Patriots this season. While we have a moment of downtime, still a few minutes before kickoff, let's take a look at some guys to keep an eye out for tonight for both sides. We'll start out with North Hall, and one person that we were really circling to look out for the Trojans is linebacker and tight end Jeremiah Thielander. He is a 6'1", 207-pound junior. He's got Division I offers from Georgia Tech, Memphis, and Tennessee. A lot of people believe he's a star in the making. He has the chance to be one of the best defenders in recent memory for a strong Trojans program. I think if you're Paulding County, number one, first things first, you've got to really shut him down, Steve.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got that. He's kind of got that good mix. You know, he's got some speed. He hits the holes hard. He runs north-south. He doesn't try to really do a whole lot of fancy things, and he's going to be tough for a junior, and he's going to be the key. They're going to have to make sure that they kind of corral him.
He is, and he's, again, a two-way player. You're going to see that a lot with this 3A program. Pretty much every player on their roster is going to play both ways, and him being a standout tight end, a standout linebacker, he's going to be a problem both ways for Paulding County. The quarterback, Bradford Purrier, is a 3-year starter for the Trojans. He's agile. He's got a rocket of an arm, and that was evident this past spring as he shined for North Hall as a left fielder. He led their baseball team to the 3A state championship. So congrats to him on that. And, again, you know he's got the good arm because he was lining out people in left field.
Yeah, absolutely, and that doesn't surprise me. That's a lot of times quarterbacks are going to be your shortstops or your outfielders anyway, and so but yeah, he seems to be just a really good athlete and can pretty much do it all.
And he's a quarterback in a run-heavy offense. We're expecting them to come out in a wing tee offense, and the question is who's going to be starting at running back. And we were told to look out for Kevin Rochester. He's a big, beefy running back. He's a linebacker as well on defense, and we'll see what he can do. We're going to step aside as the national anthem is about to be performed by the Paulding County High School Band. We'll come back here in a moment on the Mountain Coast Network. We'll come back with the interview with head coach Van Spence.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want, from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
All right, Logan Maddox here with Paulding County head coach Van Spence ahead of this week's season opener against North Hall. The Patriots and Trojans kicking it off here in a bit, and Coach Spence, you're getting ready to start year 6 in Dallas. Coach, how you feeling?
I actually feel very good this year. We've got a great group of young men and about as much talent as we've ever had since I've been here.
Coach, after COVID affected much of the 2019-2020 offseason, you guys were able to enjoy a full preseason this year. How did the preseason go for your Patriots?
Well, it was good to be back to normalcy, having everybody in the weight room, everybody together on the field, but it was very productive. I think that we had a lot of young men that matured and grew in many more ways than just in the weight room and on the field. So I thought it was about as good an off-season as we could ask for.
And, Coach, talking about the players maturing and progressing, who are some of the guys that have stepped up this offseason?
Well, we've been very fortunate. We've got a returning starter quarterback, Braden Malden, who just continues to lead, and he has got what you want under center, calm, cool, and collected, and leads by example. We got a couple young men on the offensive side. Franzier Chardabon, he's a receiver. He'll be a junior. He's a 2-time all-region player in a very tough and difficult region. Receiver Khalil Jones is also going to be a junior. Had a wonderful offseason, got bigger and stronger. A couple defensive players that are going to be all juniors, but Timidayo Odubemi playing the B-backer for us. Braden Scott, Gavin Van Dyke, those are just to name a few guys that they're going to be juniors, but they worked extremely hard, never missed a day, and their performance is showing.
Coach, you guys obviously had the scrimmage last weekend, but as you and your team hit the field this week, it's going to be the first regular season game in 273 days for the Patriots. How good's it going to feel to be back out there in the regular season?
Well, it's going to be great because we're going to have our full student section. We're going to have our full band there. They're going to be on the field. We're going to have cheerleaders, all our fans. So that's great, but I know these kids are really, really excited because it's kind of getting back to normal, and I know there's a lot of things still going on in our world, and we're going to still take all precautions, but it's going to feel really good knowing that there's not a restriction to play a game.
And mentioning that scrimmage, last week that I just talked about, you guys were able to finally go out and play an opponent. Did you get the feeling that your players were kind of chomping at the bit a bit to, take out their aggression on someone else?
Well, they were excited. We've had a good camp to get us ready, and they performed pretty well. We saw what we needed to see, scored a lot of points, and defense held them to one score, so that's what we wanted. But you could definitely tell our kids, they brought a little bit different intensity than what they were the last couple of days of practice. They were ready, as you said, to strike somebody else.
Well, talking about that scrimmage, last week your guys rolled in down in Carroll County. You crushed a solid Temple team 41-7. The starters led, I believe it was 31-7 at halftime, right? And a big part of that had to have been the senior quarterback Braden Malden that you mentioned earlier, 215 yards and 4 touchdowns just in the first half. You mentioned him a minute ago, but I'd imagine it's got to feel pretty good to have a multi-year starter and a leader like him under center this year.
Oh, yes, sir. He is just, in my opinion, everything we want. Hopefully when people say, that young man played at Paulding County High School, we would hope that that's the example they're going to see, a kid that shows up, works hard, improves through his 4-year process, going to give him an opportunity to potentially play college ball. Just everything you would hope a football program does. Good student, hard worker, just good teammate. So everything that we want from that position, and as an example to our young people, we're very pleased with how he's doing. And, of course, to play the way he did the other night was outstanding, throwing those 4 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. So it was a good opening start or scrimmage for us.
And continuing to talk about the offense, David Okoye was named the team's player of the week. He hauled in 2 touchdown receptions against the Tigers. He had just 1 catch last year as a sophomore. What has he done to really help separate himself a bit from the pack in that receiving corps?
Well, the 1 catch was a 45-yard post route that unfortunately when he caught, he came down and he tore his knee, so he had to have knee surgery. He had season-ending knee surgery on the second play of our first game last season. So David has had 2 knee surgeries. He has always been a hard worker in our program. We knew that he was destined to do some wonderful things, but that's unfortunate what happened, and he was only able to catch one ball, but the other night I think he caught 5 or 6. So he's just been David that we've known since he's been in our program, hard-working, great route runner, works hard in the weight room. So we're expecting big things for him, as well as our other big play wide receivers in Khalil Jones and Franzier Chardavon.
Looking at the defense, Tyler Smith picked off 2 passes on Friday night. The starters gave up 1 touchdown in the first half, then they shut out Temple in the entire second half. The Patriot defense loses some production from last year's squad, including current Georgia linebacker Smile Munden, but what are you expecting from your defense? They're going to be fast and strong this year, maybe a little young, but what are you expecting from them?
Well, the good news about them is that every one of the guys played as sophomores on Friday night. So we'll start 10 of our 11 will be juniors, and they're going to be fast. They are strong and physical. So we're expecting a very disciplined, physical brand of ball. And you mentioned Tyler. Tyler played 8-man football last year, and he lived in our school district and came over from a prep school. So we were tickled to have him. But you're going to see a group that plays really hard for each other, and a group that has, if you turn on the tape from last season, that they've grown up a whole lot since last season.
Talking about growing up a lot since last season, Paulding County graduated a big senior class in 2020, but you still returned some impact players this fall. How has the veteran leadership been on this squad?
Well, when you got our top 3 returning seniors are going to be, of course, Braden Malden, Jacob Smith, who's our left tackle, and Tony Palmer, who's our left guard, and he also will be one of the few seniors that plays on defense as a defensive end. Those 3 have done a wonderful job this offseason. They're always here. They are always in the front of the group when it comes to conditioning. They, just as I've mentioned multiple times, are good teammates, and those are the people that are setting the example of how we got to be successful. So I think our senior group, you throw in Dylan Taylor, Mason Barker, a couple other kids, our 2 kickers, Bryce Wardlaw and Clay Walters, just wonderful young men that do it the right way, and I think they're setting an example for our young people.
Coach, as you look ahead to this week's season opener, what have been some of the things that you've really stressed in practice?
Well, defensively, eye discipline, because they run the wing tee. North Hall makes a couple game run every year in the playoffs. They're a very good football team, but the key for us defensively is eye discipline and keeping focused on our keys. Offensively, it's just, we feel pretty confident in our ability. We feel that if we'll control our box and we'll do the little things, we'll be very successful. So we've just been focusing on the small details, executing, and just don't try to be too much. You just try to control your area, control your gap, control your man, you'll be fine. And that's what we've really, really focused on this week. Everything, as far as kicking game, defense, offense, it's all about the small details, and that'll pay big dividends for us.
Well, this is the second year that Paulding County is opening against North Hall. Last year, your Patriots walked away with a 17-point victory on the road. This is a program that your team is familiar with. You mentioned a bit about their offense just a second ago. What are you expecting from the Trojans' attack tonight?
Well, I expect they're going to ground and pound, but I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try to mix it up with some play action to get us with our eyes in the wrong spot and maybe hit some big ones down the middle. But as far as them defensively, we've seen them play an even front and an odd front, so our kids have had to prepare for that all week. So I expect them to be very aggressive, and they're going to play their brand of ball. They've got a linebacker, number 1. His name is it escapes me right now, but he's a really quality player, been offered by some Power 5 schools. So good player, so we're going to have to really, really keep our eyes on him and make sure we do our job blocking him up.
Coach, obviously you want to win every game, but how important is it to not only win the season opener, but to come out tonight and get a big win at home week 1?
It's a big deal. It's probably the biggest deal because, we unfortunately have not won as many as we want to win. So anytime you got a chance to start the season on a high note, get a win, you got to be excited. And to be honest with you, it is a huge deal to us. We've talked, for weeks about how game one. Let's just think game one, let's go 1-0, and then we'll figure out the rest after that. But right now, we got to go and just try to find a way to be 1-0 after tonight.
And, Coach, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to add?
No, I just think this is a great group of kids. I'm really excited about them, and I think that a lot of folks in the Dallas community and the Paulding County School District should be really excited about these young men because they have really done everything we could ask them to do, and we're just praying for a healthy season for everybody, but we're praying people come watch these young men do some wonderful things.
Coach, we appreciate you taking the time to speak with us, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you. And that was head coach Van Spence of the Paulding County Patriots getting set for tonight's matchup between Paulding County and North Hall. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come back a little bit closer to kickoff. You're listening to Patriots Football here on the Mountain Coast Network.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want, more focus on your goals, more preparation for your future, more help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
And welcome back into the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County football right here on the MCN season opener against the North Hall Trojans, and captains meeting at midfield right now. Who are your captains there we got out there, Steve? I see we've got number 9 for Paulding County. That's Jalen Gandy.
Yep.
Also the quarterback, number 17, Braden Malden.
Then you also have 50, looks like Damian Hitch. I was trying to see who wins. Looks like Paulding County's won the toss, and they're going to receive. That's kind of interesting. You don't see that much anymore, but I'm sure Coach has a plan there. He wants to get the ball and kind of move through it. But anyway, Damian Pitch was the fourth one, and then Clay Walters.
Yes.
And then for North Hall, it was Kevin Rochester, Jarrett Laddie, Austin Cooper, and Bradford Purrier, which we will see a lot of as he is their starting quarterback.
Absolutely, and as you hear the fans getting into it, the band playing, the Patriots run out onto the field, and they are on the home sideline now, decked out in their home navy blue uniforms. They've got the white numbers as well. They've got the blue bottoms, black socks, and gray and white cleats. They've got the white helmets with the numbers on one side, and I believe might be PC on the other side. North Hall now bursting through their side and running to the visiting sideline. They've got white jerseys with the green numbers, I believe black trim around the numbers, green pants as well, white stripe down the pants, white socks, and white cleats.
I tell you, Logan, let me do this real quick. I misspoke. It was Austin Copper, not Cooper. I got my O's and my P's mixed up there, so I do apologize, but it is Austin Copper was the other North Hall captain.
Well, to be fair, O and P are beside each other in the alphabet. They're beside each other, on a keyboard. So.
And I'm old and I can't see, so we'll just throw all that in there. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Well, as you mentioned just a moment ago, Steve, North Hall going to be kicking off, and Paulding County going to be receiving. Back deep to receive for the Patriots going to be number 6, Khalil Jones, the junior. And looks as if kicking it away for North Hall is going to be number 38, Nicholas Carmona. And check that, that's actually number 35, Luke Brown, the senior, kicking it away for the Trojans. It is almost football time here in Dallas.
Oh, man.
The best time of the year just about to get underway. Throws the hand up in the air. Jones takes a few steps and kicks it down the field. That is Luke Brown sending it away. Khalil Jones receiving it, and he has it in the end zone for a touchback. Fair catches it, so that's going to be possession for the Patriots at their own 20-yard line.
I know that was something. I was watching them warm up, and I know that was something. Of course, they're all wanting to boom it and kick it, but I know Coach talked to him a couple of times, and I'm wondering if that was one of the things, because he obviously has the leg to do that, is try to get that thing in the end zone and not give Jones an opportunity to have a big play to open up here.
And now for the first time in his senior season, the quarterback, number 17, Braden Malden, jogs onto the field, a 3-year starter trying to do it big here in his final year leading the Patriots. And we'll see what he can do. It's going to be a pistol look here for the Patriot offense. One receiver to the right, two to the left. Running back and a fullback in there. He looks to his left, lets one fly. It's caught by Okoye. He's got it up to the 30, and that is a first down for the Patriots. A 12-yard catch for David Okoye on the first play of the season, and that's a first down for Paulding County.
I love that play call, too. It's I think they're going to hurry up right here, too.
They are. Like. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and a big gain there. It's number 10, Dylan Taylor. He's up past midfield. That's a huge gain for Paulding County.
I love those two. They're going quick again. Just a real quick hit on the pass, and then a real quick just right up the gut run play.
19-yard run that time for number 10, the senior Dylan Taylor. And again, hurry up. Malden looking downfield, lets it fly for Okoye, and almost, if he can put it just a little bit closer to him, that might be a touchdown.
I tell you, though, that wasn't bad coverage, really. Cornerback did a really good job staying on him. He was on his inside, kind of pushing him, or towards the outside, pushing him towards the coverage, which was the deep flat there, and had that safety coming over the top. So really, really not a bad coverage, and that would have been a tough play to make.
So far, it's already been 2 big plays and then almost another big play for Paulding County, and the snap count gets them that time. North Hall jumps offside. That's going to be 5 free yards for the Patriots, and that will move it up a bit. So instead of having it second and 10 at the North Hall 49, it's going to move it up to the North Hall 44. Pistol look again, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back there is Dylan Taylor, and the quarterback Braden Malden stands in the gun. Receives the snap, looks to his right, lets one fly, drops it in, and it is caught, but he is out of bounds. Yep. Looking for Khalil Jones that time, and the junior couldn't get a foot in bounds.
No, again, not a bad throw. Tried to hit that back shoulder throw on a little fade route, but not bad coverage. He had him on that on that inside, kind of forcing him to go out. And but boy, that was still a great catch, though. Just couldn't get that feet in bounds.
Coach Spence was really talking all week about his receivers, how great they are, how great pass catchers he has. And like you said, good coverage by Will Jackson. It was still caught. This will be a handoff for Taylor. He's wrapped up in the backfield, and he will go nowhere. Maybe 1 yard for Taylor on 3rd down and 5, and that's going to be a 4th down now for the Patriots. That was Jeremiah Thielander on the stop, the junior with offers from Georgia Tech, Memphis, and Tennessee. Now punting formation coming onto the field for the Patriots. We'll see if that's what they'll choose to do here. 4th down and 4 on the North Hall 44. Return man back there for North Hall is going to be number 5, Austin Atha, senior running back. Punter is Clay Walters, the team captain, number 23 for Paulding County. And stoppage of play.
Got a flag, looks like. In the back.
Yep, took too long to
punt.
Not the way you want to have the first time your special teams units jog on the field to go, but we'll see if Paulding County can shrug that off and get a good punt here. They're now moved back to the North Hall 49. Might work out better for Walters. Might have a chance to down it inside the 20 here. Big rush coming from the left side. He'll try a rugby-style punt, almost blocked. It won't go very far. It'll scoot out of bounds around the 27-yard line. Jeremiah Thielander almost with a blocked punt that time, and North Hall will take over with pretty good field position on their own 27. No score here in the first quarter. Paulding County and North Hall facing off here in Dallas.
I tell you, though, I was very impressed, Logan, with that North Hall defense. They had 2 quick hits, Paulding County did, and then they got 2 big plays on some pass plays that North Hall was able to stop and force that punt to happen.
We'll see what North Hall can do on offense here. The quarterback is Micah Kelly, the junior. Under center with this wing T offense, they'll hand off a run to the right side. Gets through the first contact, but he will not get past the second tackler, wrapped down by a pack of Patriots. And leading the charge that time is number 5, Braden Scott.
Wow.
Gain of about 3 yards that time on the carry. It was number 17, Tate Ruth. He's 2nd down and 7 now on the Paulding County 30. North Hall looking to the visiting sideline, getting the call in from head coach David Bishop. Bishop's had a great squad every year in North Hall since leading the Trojans, taking over a few seasons ago. 8th year in charge now. Handoff up the gut for the fullback. No, it's a keeper for the quarterback. Spins away and gets a first down. He's up to the 41-yard line. Nice play that time by Micah Kelly, and he fooled the defense. He fooled the broadcasters as well.
Sure did, and a really, really good block, too, right there up front. Pop him through that hole. He did a good job of hitting it hard.
And sorry about that. That's Bradford Purrier in at quarterback. Had the wrong roster checking at that time.
Yep.
It happens.
That does. It's easy to do.
That was an 11-yard run for Purrier. He's up to 14 yards on 2 carries now. Or 11 yards for him, 14 yards on 2 carries for the Patriot offense. 1st down and 10 here for the Trojans. Double hitter, they give it to the second fullback. He breaks a tackle, he's on the run, and he fumbles it. It's stripped away, scramble for the ball. Who comes up with it? It goes out of bounds. And North Hall is so fortunate to come away with it.
Yeah, it looked like, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, I was trying to see, it looked like this side corner, was that number 21, I believe?
Yes, it was.
Tyler Smith, it looked like. You could see him going. He had that hand raised. He was trying to get it. And, big break right there for North Hall as that went off his leg, went out of bounds, and Paulding County was unable to get on.
And was that Jake Wazowski on the run, number 19? Or was it 49?
I think it was, I'm not sure. I'm thinking it was 49.
So that was Kevin Rochester. A good run, gets it all the way down to the Paulding County 30 now as it goes out of bounds. And let's see, that's going to be a timeout taken by North Hall, as they were afraid they weren't going to be able to get the play off in time. We'll take the timeout with them. No score here in the first quarter. 8:10 to play and North Hall driving. You're listening to Patriots football here on the Mountain Coast Network.
Dallas Tire, Westridge Church, and Stephen Smith Grading
has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here at Dave Hardin Stadium. Paulding County football here on the Mountain Coast Network. 1st down and 10 for the North Hall Trojans. Ball on the Paulding County 30. A handoff to the fullback and a big hit. He'll get a yard. That's Kevin Rochester on the carry, but a big hit that time from the linebacker coming up. Giving credit for the tackle to Aiden Schwartz, the junior.
Such a good job of filling that gap right there, making the hit and locking up and getting him to the ground.
So Rochester, after getting 29 yards on his first carry, only gets 1 on that one. 2nd down and 9 now at the Paulding County 29-yard line. One receiver out to the right. Heavy look on the left side. And Purrier under center. He'll drop back. He'll pass this time. It's a rollout to the right side. Block setting up. He'll throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. looking for a receiver coming open right at the sideline, but couldn't quite get it to Britton Glover that time, and that brings up a 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, it just looked like he may have held on to it just a little bit too long. I think he was expecting the receiver to maybe come back to him a little bit more. Receiver ran more of a side more of a side route more than it was than a comeback. So I think he just held on maybe just a little bit too long.
And here at Paulding County High School at Dave Hardin Stadium, they do have the play clocks in each end zone. We've already had a couple of delay of game penalties. Did want to mention that. 3rd down and 9 now for the Trojans. Ball at the Paulding County 29. It'll be a handoff. Now a keeper, and Purrier goes nowhere. He'll get about 3 yards on 3rd down and 9, but that's it. That's going to bring up 4th down and medium now for the Trojan offense. I think the biggest threat with North Hall so far, not necessarily how quick they are fast, but it's the misdirection, and it's the fake handoffs.
Yeah, there's a lot of misdirection. You're exactly right about that. It looks like they're going to try to kick it.
They've got one of the best kickers in the state in senior number 35, Luke Brown. We saw him boom it on the kickoff to start the game, and the kick is up, and it is through with ease.
Wow.
Beautiful kick by Luke Brown.
Wow.
That is a long one. That one from the 30-yard line, what, a 47-yarder?
Wow.
Some colleges are going to be blowing up his phone before this game is over. So a nice drive there for North Hall, 47 yards, and it's capped off with a 47-yard field goal for Luke Brown, making it 3-0 North Hall. Paulding County trailing with 6:39 to play here in the first quarter. So now the Patriots, who had a nice drive going there, really showed a lot of efficiency in their drive, but only got 32 yards, and the drive fizzled out around midfield. They'll get the ball back, trailing for the first time this year. And Luke Brown coming back out there to kick it. We've already seen what he can do. Sent one to the end zone on his first kickoff. Jog up and send this one away, and this one a nice kick as well. Khalil Jones will field it at around the 3-yard line. Coming near side, and a blocker missed an assignment there. He's dropped at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, good coverage right there. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just going to say, I think the first hit was by Austin Self that time.
It was, and he held him up just enough to kind of slow him down and enable the that left side to come over and make the play.
So not great field position to start out your second drive here if you're the Paulding County Patriots. We'll see what Coach Van Spence tries to do here. Pass game was working there in that first drive, just a couple of incompletions from quarterback Braden Malden. Had a nice run from Dylan Taylor as well. Paulding County nothing, North Hall 3 here in the first quarter. Season opener on Mountain Coast Network. Bringing a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Taylor up the gut. Good blocking. He'll get a few yards. Gain of around 4 yards that time for Dylan Taylor. Brings up a 2nd down and medium.
So I've got a helmet issue. So I'm going to bring in, it's like number 2, Micah Kelly, coming in to take over for Taylor.
Kelly, the junior, will be in the backfield. Fullback in the game now is the junior Liam Jeffries. He's to the right of the quarterback. Pistol look here with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He'll look to the left, and the man in the slot almost had it intercepted trying to get it to him. And who else? It's Jeremiah Thielander.
Nice play right there by Thielander. Did a good job of reading that. He was filling that hole as an inside backer, and then just had to drop back, got his hands on it. Could have caught it, but it would have been a little tough play, probably, but he'll probably tell you he should have caught it.
Trying to get it to the big play slot receiver, Franzier Chardabon. The junior couldn't catch it, and it's 3rd down and 6 now. Ball on their own 18-yard line. Paulding County trying to convert here and avoid having to punt it away and give North Hall good field position. He'll look to the left again. He'll leave it out, and it's caught around the 30. That should be enough for a first down, and it will. Pass that time to Khalil Jones. Slipped 1 tackle, and it's a big pickup.
Yeah, sure it was. Nice throw, nice catch. Did a good job of catching and securing that ball.
They'll say it goes in the books as a gain of 10 yards that time. First catch of the season for Khalil Jones. And hurry up offense again for the Patriots. Handoff to Taylor coming left side. Tries to break a tackle, but the lineman had his foot.
He sure did.
Slowed him down enough for the rest of the defensive line to come in and clean up. And we'll give credit that time to number 67, Austin Copper. He was getting pancaked that time, but
sure was.
Grabbed his ankle.
A great job. Just keep on that heart and that determination and make sure he grabbed something and held on to it.
So Dylan Taylor with a loss of 1 yard that time. Makes it 2nd down and long. Back to pass. Gives it out in the flat to the fullback, and he'll get up to the 30, but that is it. They'll say up to the 29. A catch of 2 yards that time for number 4, Timmy Odabemi. And now 3rd down and 9.
North Hall's doing a really good job of closing in. They're doing a good job of closing on the cornerbacks with those short routes and really good job just that one-on-one tackling.
3rd down and 9.5 here for Paulding County. Ball on their own 29-yard line. Almost jumping offside as the North Hall defense as Braden Malden does a fake cut that time, but to no avail. He'll roll out to his right. Man coming open, it's David Okoye. He has the catch, but not the 1st down. He'll be about a yard shy.
Yeah, they're going to be maybe a little bit frustrated with that. If he could have gone just about 2 more yards, he could have been at that 1st down marker, just running it out, and just didn't quite get far enough down the field.
Goes in the book as a gain of about 7 or 8 yards that time. It's going to be 4th down and short now, and the offense staying on the field for Paulding County. Bunch look here. Everybody brought in. The deep back is Dylan Taylor.
They're try them off sides, I bet.
That's what they're trying to do. Yeah. Bringing a man in motion. That was number 51, Tony Palmer, the senior. They will do it this time. They're going to hand it off to Taylor. He is upended. Did he get the 1st down? It's close.
Ooh, they're giving him a good mark, good spot, it looks like.
So he needed 2 yards.
Wow.
He might have gotten 2 yards and a centimeter.
I think you're exactly right.
Dylan Taylor didn't get it by much, but he looks to the sideline and shrugs. He says, I got it.
Wasn't a whole lot of doubt either. It looked like they brought their goal line offense in. They brought their big boys in there to block, and there wasn't any doubt of what they were about to do, but it worked.
Taylor was about 5 yards deep in the backfield as well.
Yeah, he was.
North Hall might have gotten away with being offsides right there. Nothing called. Malden crushing them with this fake snap count. He'll be back to pass here.
Oh, man.
Throws it on the right side, and it's caught. It's going to be a gain of about 9 yards on 1st down and creates a 2nd and short.
I tell you, that's a really, really good throw. I thought he was going to hit the short route, the little flat, but he chose to throw it a little bit deeper and a good reception.
Yeah, Odabemi was open on the right side.
Yeah, that's where I thought he was going. That's why I said, oh my, for some reason. It just kind of came out. I thought he overthrew him and it was going to be intercepted.
It's going to be a handoff here, and what a hit by Jeremiah Thielander. Puts him in the turf, and that's a big loss on 2nd and 1.
Such a good hit. He has such a good read there. Really came from that offside. Got through, fought through the line, and just I mean, ideal form tackle.
So 2nd and 1, now 3rd down and 4 after a loss of 3 on that tackle for loss by Jeremiah Thielander. Pistol formation. Almost getting him offsides again, but a good job to hold up. That was the linebacker, number 5, Austin Atha, coming in. Looking to his left side, Malden lets it fly. It's caught, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, sure is.
Passes it to number 7, David Okoye, a 5-yard pass, and that's 1st down for Paulding County.
I think really, really smart move right here by Coach Spence, it seems like, because they were running some deeper routes, some post routes, some go routes, and they were covered. And now they're kind of taking advantage of the big cushion that North Hall's given them and just hitting some short routes right now.
Liam Jeffries to the left of Malden, Taylor behind him. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Malden fakes a pass to the left, and now he is going to be sacked.
I think they may get face mask, though.
Coming in that time was Jarrett Laddie, and might have accidentally got that finger wrapped around the face mask.
Yeah. I tell you, though, Logan, I think they may have had him. They did a little, it looked like they were going to do a double move, and the cornerback sat, and I think he could have had a chance to get by him, but the face mask was called.
They beat the right tackle that time, Jeremy Stump, and he knew that it might have been a touchdown.
Yeah.
If he could have just held on for a second longer. It is a 15-yard penalty, so that is going to be a big gain there for Paulding County. Moves it up to the 42-yard line of North Hall, the deepest that Paulding County has driven so far. Here in the first quarter, they trail North Hall 3-0. Malden, the senior gunslinger, in at quarterback in the pistol formation. Fullback to his right, running back directly behind him is number 2, Micah Kelly. 2 receivers to the right. It's number 6, Khalil Jones, number 13, Chardabon, and then to the left is number 7, David Okoye. A little bit of discussion going on right now between the officials. As it stands right now, it's 1st down and 2 for Paulding County. Ball at the 42 of North Hall, and that's where it will stand. Officials whistle it into play. Malden receives the snap, hands it off, and he is met immediately. Micah Kelly going down quickly, and now it's 2nd down immediately.
I tell you right there, Atha came through the line in a hurry, and but Copper was also there coming from his defensive line position. So tell you, either Paulding County's not holding their blocks, or North Hall's doing a really good job of just being quick off the ball.
Now 2nd down and 5. They hand it off again to Kelly, and it's the same result.
Linebackers are killing them.
They are crushing it. That was number 54, Copper again. Also on the hit, number 17, Tate Ruth. Loss of about half a yard that time for Micah Kelly. Brings up 3rd down and 5. Ball on the North Hall 45-yard line. Patriots trying to convert, keep this drive going with 1:37 left to play in the first quarter. They trail at 3-0. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Malden Claps does not receive the snap. Now looks to the sideline and gets some instruction from the coaching staff. Malden in the pocket, fires, and it's a 1st down. Nice catch there for number 6. That's Khalil Jones up to the 30. A 15-yard pass on 3rd down and 5 and move the chains for the Patriots.
I tell you, they're getting the good plays, big plays when they need it. And that was another one where they needed it, and a big throw and a great catch.
It feels like Paulding County just isn't fully in rhythm yet as an offense.
Absolutely.
North Hall's making the plays on defense, but if Paulding County can get in a rhythm, this is going to be rough. They bring a receiver in motion. Instead, they hand it off to the running back, and he's brought down immediately in the backfield.
Well, I tell you, I think a lot of the reason they're not in rhythm is because of North Hall. North Hall's doing a really good job. They're mixing up a lot of their calls. They're doing a lot of the linebackers looks like they're coming hard every play. They're doing just different gaps coming in, and I think it's kind of confusion sometimes but their running plays have just come to a complete standstill after really that first run.
2nd down and 10. Looking left side, Malden sends it downfield. It's caught by Okoye inside the 10.
I tell you, Logan, you could not throw that ball any better than he did. He has been throwing the ball so well. Malden has really put the ball on the money this first quarter.
And you look at Malden, a guy that really could see his recruitment progress this year with a big senior season. It's now 1st down and goal at the 5-yard line. Malden in the gun. Taylor behind him. 2 receivers to either side. Malden trying to draw him off sides. It's not going to happen, and that'll bring it into the first quarter of play. Your score, Paulding County 0 and North Hall 3, but the Patriots knocking on the door at the 5-yard line. We'll step aside for just a moment here on the Mountain Coast Network. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football, brought to you by Georgia Highlands College.
You don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
Welcome back to the Mountain Coast Network, Paulding County Patriot football, and the Patriots unable to score in that first quarter of play. But, Steve, as we start the second, I think they've got a good chance.
Yeah, they're definitely knocking on the door right here. I tell you, though, I'm curious to see. I'm wondering if they'll run some type of a little – they may try to do play action and try to hit somebody coming out of a flats or something, because they're not even gaining yards right here in these last few runs. They've been hit behind the line of scrimmage, so I'm curious to see what they do. They have brought in their goal line offense, it looks like, so at least their offensive line.
Well, the one thing we can say so far, quarterback Braden Malden is on fire. 8 of 10 passing, 86 yards.
Yeah, if their passing game wasn't on, it could be ugly right here.
First play of the second quarter about to start. 2 receivers to either side. Malden in the pistol. He's going to pass. Yeah. Looking to the right. Goal line fade. Touchdown, Paulding County.
Wow.
I'm telling you right now, you put Peyton Manning back there.
Wow.
He couldn't make a better pass.
I mean, just perfect throw. Again, not bad coverage. Really good coverage.
They're right there.
Wow.
But he gets it to Chardabon, and that is the first score of the new season for Paulding County, and the Patriots lead it 6-3. Band playing away. The school fights on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Braden Malden to Francier Chardabon. 6-3 Paulding County, and the senior Clay Walters on to attempt the extra point. Malden the holder. Snap, hold, kick, it's good.
Yep, got to run into the, I don't know if they're going to call roughing or running in, but I think he hit the holder, it looked like.
Check and see what the official call is. The official steps up. It's 7-3 Paulding County. Either way you look at it, player is down for Paulding County. That's Timmy Odabemi. We hope that he is okay. Officials still talking it over. 11:53 to play in the first half. Paulding County leads it 7-3 over the North Hall Trojans. Long drive, 86-yard drive for Paulding County, and they got it done. Odabemi looks like it's just a cramp. They're stretching it out down there at the 6-yard line. Coaches are heading out there to talk to him. Trainer out there stretching his limbs out. Paulding County now leading 7-3, and Steve, you look at it, I think that's the drive that Paulding County really needed.
Oh, absolutely. It was, and like I said, I mean, it was obviously the team effort. We know that for sure. But I'm telling you, Malden had stepped up. He did not miss a throw that series. He hit every ball that he needed. He threw it right on the money. Receivers did a great job of running routes, getting open, but he threaded the needle in a couple of them, including the touchdown to Chardavon.
Just a perfect drive there for Braden Malden. And North Hall now looking for a response. They had a good first drive. We'll see what the Trojans do. After that penalty is assessed, it's going to be a kickoff by Clay Walters at the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
T-Lander back deep to receive, and alongside him is, I believe, Clay Stover. Walters, the senior, about to boot this one away. Fans making noise for the Patriots here on the home sideline. The kick is up, and it is away. It's going to be caught in the end zone, and he is going to have a touchback. That's Clay Stover who caught it. Ball placed at the 20-yard line now for North Hall.
Okay, that helped him too. Look like they did call just a 5-yard running into the kicker the last time, so that put him up about 5 yards and allowed him to get it about 5 yards in the end zone for that touchback. I've been impressed, really, Logan, with both kickers.
Yeah.
I think their accuracy has been really good, and they're both got a pretty good leg on them, and you wouldn't think so. Walter's not a big kid, but he's got a powerful leg.
We talked about how North Hall in pregame has players playing both sides. Paulding County, for the most part, does not.
Right.
But their defense didn't look too great on that first drive.
No, they struggled a little bit.
So we'll see what this wing tee offense for the Trojans has in store. Purrier under center. Hands it off to Rochester, and that's a big gain for the fullback.
Wow.
In the blink of an eye, a 13-yard run. They're up to the 33-yard line.
Such a good run, just right up the middle. Did a great job, get two hands on the ball and just lowering his shoulder.
As an Auburn fan, the thing I compare it to is when Gus Malzahn was there, they had Cameron Artis-Payne there that one year in 2014. A big, beefy running back. and he doesn't get touched for the first 13, 14 yards. First down and 10 now for the North Hall Trojans. 2 men in the backfield. They hand it off to Rochester again. Why not? It works.
Thing.
Big gain and a lot
Same
more.
thing.
He's up to the 40, the 30.
Yep.
They try to strip it, but he's down to the 20 this time. Rochester says, I learned. I'm going to cover the ball.
That's exactly what I was about to say, Logan. That's a great call. But, again, 21, it looked like Tyler Smith was coming after him, had that arm back, tried to knock the ball, swing to knock the ball. But this time Rochester was ready, had both arms on. He had it tucked up, what I call that Nick Chubb, kind of a tuck up there really tight, and felt the pressure, was able to get both hands on it and finish that really, really good run. Wow, just 2 back-to-back, almost identical plays, really, just a little bit different formations.
Well, I want to shout out Bill Murphy, who works with the paper over in Gainesville. He told me, I think Rochester will run the ball some tonight.
Well,
I think he's been
I'd
right.
say that's a good call.
86 yards on 4 carries.
Why not?
Hey, they give it to him again. This time a stone wall formed by that defense for Paulding County, and he'll gain nothing.
You know, it's funny, after that second, you saw Paulding County make some substitutions there to get a little bit more beef up there in front. And I don't know if it was a combination of that, or didn't know if it was just that, or the combination of the bigger up front. And Rochester's got to be tired. He's had two runs of 20-plus. It was he might be a little tired.
He might be. He's definitely huffing and puffing down there.
I was really thinking they might try a fake that run and then try to throw a fade or something like that. But maybe we might see it here.
Here right at the edge of the red zone, ball at the 20 of Paulding County. They give it to Rochester again. He's good for 5 yards, still dragging defenders. He's down after a gain of 5.5.
Yeah, that's gracious.
It's still early in this game, but if you're Paulding County, if you're the defensive coordinator right now, you've got to be concerned.
You absolutely do, and really you're at a point to where you have to focus on the run, because it's not like they're hitting you with a lot of traps or a lot of misdirection. It's just flat out belly dives on both sides, and so you can't really worry a whole lot about the play actions right now. You've got to be able to cover that. I'm assuming play action's coming.
This time it's going to be a keeper, and Purrier has it. He's at the 5, breaks another tackle. He's down to the 1.
What a great run. That was a good call, but realistically they had him. Paulding County could have had him. Defensive end did a really good job. He didn't fall down, didn't go for the fake or come down the line. He stayed at home, just missed the tackle. And I tell you, just a really good job by Purrier to get around him and really carried a couple of guys out down to the, where do they mark it, about the 1, 2?
1 or the 2 right around there. It's a nice pickup of about 13 or 14 by Purrier.
I tell you, if you're in North Hall too, though, Logan, what a great response, right? I mean, you're kind of setting the tone of going, okay, you did a good job. You had to work for your touchdown, and we're going to come back, though, and just run it down your throat.
Timeout will be called by North Hall. The Trojans want a breather, and Kevin Rochester says, thanks, Coach.
I was going to say, I wonder if he called it, but I saw the coach over there calling it. So, but I was thinking he might have, he was probably very happy for that one.
So looking at the stats so far, there's only been, 10 runs called so far by North Hall, 12.1 yards per carry. That's pretty good.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Just how you draw it up, really.
Yeah, it really is, though, Logan. That's exactly right. It's exactly what you want. North Hall has to control the game, and that's what they're doing right now, offensively and defensively. And like I said, Paulding County did a really good job just to score last time, and that was just off really almost a superhuman effort by Malden. Other than that, they had them stopped. Definitely, their running game is not going anywhere, but they're going to have to figure something out offensively and defensively right now.
If you're just joining us, just a couple of seconds under 9 minutes to play in the first half. Paulding County leads at 7-3, but North Hall with a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Because if you're Paulding County, you're a little frustrated because you did a good job of stopping the run that time, and they were ready for him to pull it and run that more of like an option look, and had the guy there, and he just couldn't make the play.
Don't think you'll see a pass down here for the Trojans.
I could have, if I had my money bet, I'd be betting. If that's Rochester in, I can't tell, but I sure would bet he's getting it.
Hey, well, you might want to go to Vegas with me, Steve. That was right to Rochester. But
I don't feel like that was like a huge gamble, but I think a lot of it is he's deserving that get in there. Boy, he's awful close there, Logan. I can't tell where they spotted it, but
it's got to be right. The nose of the football is probably
right.
touching paint right now. Not sure if we mentioned it, artificial turf field here at Paulding County, and a beauty.
Such a pretty one, yeah.
But it was hot at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Ball at the goal line right now. Second down and goal here for the Trojans. Purrier under center. He's got Rochester behind him. They move T-Lander in motion. They hand it off to Rochester, and he steps in. No, they give it off to the other deep back. No, it's Purrier. Okay,
he followed.
then. So,
yeah, it looked like it.
Well, they fooled me, and it works either way. North Hall with a score. It's Purrier on the quarterback keeper that time. He'll run over to the sideline, get a couple of high fives after he has this point after touchdown. He'll hold it. 9-6 or 9-7 now. Paulding County trailing it, and North Hall trying to make it a 3-point game. The kick from Luke Brown is up. That one is way good, and it's 10-7 now. North Hall on top in the first half, 8:15 to play. An 80-yard drive there from the Trojans. Mostly, no, check that, all on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So Paulding County, the defense, getting a little fatigued here in the first half and just struggling to find a way to slow down this Trojan offense. Kevin Rochester, 7 carries, 92 yards. And Bradford Purrier, 29 yards and a touchdown on 4 carries.
You said that a few minutes ago, and you were right on the money, Logan. That was about as textbook as you can get, and probably exactly what North Hall, you probably couldn't draw it up any better than what North Hall wanted. Just a lot of something very simple. Makes it real simple for the linemen, just very basic blocking schemes, just basically head up, block it, and it did the trick. Paulding County's got to figure out what they're going to do to stop the run.
Luke Brown to send this one off. Boots it in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. Khalil Jones looked up and said nope, and let it hit the pay dirt. Hit in the end zone. So it's going to be ball at the 20-yard line to start out this drive for the Paulding County Patriots here in the second quarter of play. 10-7, North Hall on top. You look at the stats, and it's been pretty even so far. 124 yards so far for North Hall, 110 for Paulding County.
Wow.
2 scoring drives for the Trojans, 1 for the Patriots. And last time up, it was a great drive. 7 for 7 passing by Braden Malden, the quarterback. 2 receivers to either side in the pistol. Behind him is David Taylor. Dylan Taylor. He'll give off this time, passes, and it's caught. A slant route, he keeps moving upfield, got a little east and west that time, still gets a gain of about 7 yards.
I think he had the first down and then tried to make a little move and ended up pushing it back to just a gain of 7, but still another great throw. I'm telling you, he's on fire right now. He's making but I tell you, the other throw, I was watching, just happened to be watching him that time, and made a great, the route was really a good route too. Made a real good sharp turn, like he was going making an out, like he was running an out, ended up making the slant.
They'll hand it off to Taylor here, and he is crushed. 2 defenders meet, and right in the middle was Dylan Taylor.
And I might be wrong, Logan, but it looks like they're really, really slow getting up to the line. I'm talking about running backs. Once the ball snapped, I feel like there's almost a hesitation between the ball being snapped and them getting the ball. And I think that's it's just hard to get any yardage gained like that.
We'll see what Paulding County does here. 3rd down and 3. Ball on their own 27-yard line.
They're going to throw it.
Malden back to pass. You called it. Roll out to the right. Defender coming open. Gives it off, and it's caught on the sideline. Number 6, Khalil Jones. Have yourself a day.
Wow. I tell you, that's the thing, too, that's really keeping Paulding County. You've got 3 quality receivers. You can't really overplay one. And that time, Malden rolled out to his right and made just a pinpoint accurate throw on the run right there on the sideline. Just really, really pretty.
A lot of very, very tough pass catchers so far for Paulding County.
Yeah.
They haven't missed one yet. That's been catchable. Another pass here for Malden. He'll give it off to the running back in the flat. That's Taylor. Breaks a tackle, but doesn't get too far. Makes a catch and run of about 8 yards, we'll say.
Yeah, again, just another safe run, safe play. but not a run, but another safe play. You just have the running back kind of running out the flats, kind of doing a little cross route, really, and didn't really have anybody with him. And but sometimes those are the hardest ones to make. But Malden did a good job. You hit the nail on the head a few minutes ago, Logan, and I want to admit that too. I want to say that too, is that we talk about Malden a lot, but really the receivers are doing a great job too. They really are. They're making some great plays. But man, Malden's just threading the needle in a lot of throws.
Bringing the receiver in motion. It's going to be a little pitch forward to the man coming over, but he will go nowhere. Loss of about 2 yards, and unfortunately for Malden, that's going to take away from his passing total as J.P. Pruitt is ripped down, the freshman.
Yeah, they brought Pruitt in, obviously a speedster, and I think they were just going to try to run that jet sweep real quick and just try to get him. But yeah, when you run that and it's just a pitch to him in front of the quarterback, which actually counts as a pass. Yeah.
3rd down and medium now for the Patriot offense. Ball resting on their own 42-yard line. Give it on the near side to Jones, and he is ripped down immediately. Big hit there by Austin Atha.
Sure was. It's just interesting. Instead of running that little quick hitch route, and they're not gaining any yards, and it doesn't matter whether it's up the middle. If they're getting the ball behind the line of scrimmage, they're not making any gains, and that's a great job right there by Atha as he's coming up making that play.
So for the second time here in the first half, they're going to call upon the services of the senior punter Clay Walters. He'll try to get a good punt here. He's standing on his own 27-yard line. Rugby style again, coming near side. He'll kick it out, and he shanked it that time.
Should be way.
They're already at the 35.
Yeah, and I think it's even higher than that.
Yeah, it's going to be at the 44-yard line of North Hall. So they're only 56 yards away from scoring, and we've already seen them drive further than that just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it's curious to see right here if they're going to just go right back to Rochester, or they're going to try to maybe surprise them a little bit with maybe a little play action on this first down. A lot of times first down are good times to try something, but we'll see here in just a second. Yeah, they're not covered right there at slot.
It's going to be a pitch play to the right. Jukes a man, gets another broken tackle, gets ahead, and a gain of about 3 yards that time. First carry of the day for number 17, Tate Ruth. Actually, second carry of the day for him, and that one a nice one.
Yeah, a real good move. Again, defensive end was there, but he just made a really good move and got inside of him and was able to get pretty good yardage out of that.
Still plenty of time, around 4 minutes to play in the first half. North Hall trying to score with their rushing attack again. They lead it 10-7. They fake a handoff to Rochester. Keeper here for Purrier. He is upended by a defender. Got hit by 2 guys at one time, but he gets close to a first down. It'll be 3rd down and inches.
Just another, they're bringing a whole different look to this possession that they did the last possession. So it's almost like you're thinking Paulding County may have kind of got an idea of what they're doing, but yet they're coming in and mixing it up. Even they're running a little bit of a sweep or an out run, really, is a run to the outside, and then this time off tackle to the left side. So just kind of keeping them guessing.
We'll see what they choose to do on 3rd down and inches. They'll hand it off to Rochester. Yeah, the quick hitter to the fullback, and that gets them a first down easily. 4-yard pickup for Rochester. Move the chains for the Trojans. Right now, the rush defense for Paulding County is definitely hurting in the first half, and you got to think that maybe, fatigue will set in for North Hall playing 2 ways in the second half, but right now that does not matter.
It sure doesn't look like it right now, but you're right, though, Logan. That could definitely play a part later on, but right now they're just dominating the line of scrimmage.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Trojans. Another handoff in the backfield here, and they'll get up to the line of scrimmage. Good hit by number 48 for Paulding County. That is J-Rod Abrams, the freshman, coming up and making the stop.
Lord of mercy, what doesn't Atha do?
Yeah,
I mean,
nice carry for him.
Lord of mercy, he's made he's made some great plays defensively, and now he's coming in. He's played offense the whole game, but they're starting to give him the ball a little bit more coming out of that little slot position.
He's definitely earned it.
Yeah.
Brings up 2nd down and 10 now in Patriot territory.
They better hurry.
6 on the play clock, and they haven't realized it yet. 2 seconds on the play clock, and that is going to be, they get the play off? They do not. It's blown dead. Did they get the timeout off in time?
I don't see a flag.
One official signaling delay a game.
Yep, there it goes.
And there it is. So instead of 2nd down and 10 at the Paulding County 43, it's going to be
right there. Yeah,
2nd and 15. That's tough for a rushing offense.
That's exactly right. Those are the kind of things you can't have happen.
But at the same time, we've seen Kevin Rochester rush for 43, 13, 29, and 1 carry. So we'll see what Paulding County can do defensively. Let's see what formation North Hall comes out in this time. For the first time, it's looking like they'll be in the gun as Purrier is joined to his left by Clay Stover. In the gun, it's Purrier looking downfield, sidesteps a defender, gets around another, and he's got some room. 2 defenders collided. He runs up and gets close to he gets them back the yardage they lost and some more. It's going to go in as a gain of about 9 or 10 yards.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he just went back. They got a penalty down. Look, got a flag on it. But he did a good job. Looked like they were going to throw. I don't think it was oh, wow. That'll hurt you. I don't think it was a designed quarterback run, but he did a good job of scrambling. And, wow.
Great moves by Purrier. So agile.
He was just real calm about it, too. He didn't look like he was panicking or anything, and just made some good moves and did a good job of getting past the original line of scrimmage. But now it's a long way.
Just looking like Michael Vick in Madden 04, just running with the ball in one hand, still holding on to the laces.
I was about to say, they're bringing. They've got time. They got 5 seconds.
They'll try to get it off. Rochester does not get the handoff. They'll give it back around near side. He makes a man miss. He's to the 45. Gets through another arm tackle. He's up to the 50. So they gain about 4 or 5 yards back. That was a handoff to Jeremiah Thielander. Now that brings up a 3rd down and 17, so a little bit easier.
You know, really, and that's one of the first times that we've called Thielander's name in it, and that's unusual for somebody who is such a great impact player. But all they've been doing is running right now, so that might be the way to get him in it because they're not throwing the ball a lot.
Time called on the field here at Dave Hardin Stadium. Paulding County trails North Hall 10-7. Minute 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Remember to stay tuned at halftime, fans, as we'll have the halftime report here at Paulding County High School. We'll go over some stats and we'll try to check some scores of some games around the area, also going on in the region here in Class 6A and in Paulding County. Paulding County football here on the Mountain Coast Network, brought to you by Georgia Highlands College. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here in Dallas, Georgia. Entertaining first half so far. 141 rushing yards for North Hall, no passing yards. They haven't needed it. Paulding County with 114 through the air, 19 on the ground. North Hall expected to be one of the powers in that region in Class 3A. Them and Cherokee Bluff, it came down to them last year. Would imagine the same thing here in 2021. With the way they've opened this game, Cherokee Bluff, you might want to watch out.
Absolutely.
70 seconds remaining in the first half of play at Dave Hardin Stadium. Wing T offense still in full effect for North Hall. No reason to change it up. 3rd down and 17 at midfield, though. They fake a handoff in the backfield. He'll throw it downfield. He has a man open, and he overshoots him by a yard. The defender collided with the receiver, and that's close.
I think it's close. I just think they're going to look at it and think he didn't have a chance of catching it, is what I think, because it was overthrown. But you're right. There's really no sense in the guy to do that, really. There's no sense for, let me see who that was. Looked like number 14, Kavari Riddick. Kind of got away with one. If it was closer to the receiver, he could have been. It would have been interference. I'll be willing to bet.
So 4th down and 17 now. Ball at the 50 for North Hall. They will be punting it away.
Oh, almost over his head.
60 seconds left in the first half, and they're going to stop it. Did they get the playoff in time? It's going to be a legal motion.
In time.
So now they'll be punting from their own 45, and that one hurts if you're the Trojans. We understand with North Hall that a 2-minute offense, is going to be a lot of running the ball. So It's going to be tougher for North Hall. With Paulding County, it's all through the air, so the Patriots with the chance to take the lead. They trail at 10-7 with 60 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Looking for a better snap this time.
There you go.
Right down the middle. Punt is up and away by Purrier. Fielded at the 16. Coming near side, he gets around the first defender, back to the left. That's Charlebon, and he's to the 24-yard line. And you're right, I think they got away with one there. Oh man, they sure did. That was a block in the back. They just didn't see. Paulding County will have it at their own 24-yard line. Good return by Charlebon, but fortunate that time are the Patriots. 44 seconds left to play in the first half. And we'll see what Paulding County can do with it.
Well, the thing about it is, the way they've been throwing the ball, I sure wouldn't. You can't take for granted that they're not going to be able to get close.
Two receivers to either side here for the Patriots. Malden in the pistol. Behind him is Taylor. Drops back in the pocket, looking near side. He'll flare it out. The receiver that time is Micah Kelly, and he's brought down inbounds. Probably not the way you draw it up if you're Paulding County.
I tell you, that's a really, really nice play right there by Tate Ruth to come in, and not letting the receiver get to the sideline, make him take a timeout. So it's going to be interesting what we do right here, because I'm sure they're going to have to throw. They had 3 deep routes actually, which was probably the purpose. They had that little, just a crossing route, but by that backside receiver. But still, they had 3 deep right there, and really I thought the one in the middle running the flag route or the post route, excuse me, had an opportunity being open. But I think you're right, though, Logan. I think what they were trying to do is hit that little drag route, get him out of bounds after gaining about 5-6 yards. But Tate Ruth had other ideas there. Instead, you have to take that timeout. Paulding County with 33 seconds left to play in the first half. They trail at 10-7. I think what I was thinking a few minutes ago, Logan, was that I don't feel like there's not a sense of urgency with Paulding County that I see with North Hall. North Hall comes in with a lot of intensity, and they want to try. It looks like they're trying to make every down. I don't know if he got off in time, but they're not calling it. Malden's going to let it fly downfield. That's a first down, and he steps out of bounds. Khalil Jones is just deadly, a 10-yard catch. I tell you, the receivers are racking up yards, but again, great throw on a comeback route.
Yardage is enough for a Wild Crab first down.
And just such a pretty pass when it comes out of his hand.
Smooth.
Just
super
zips
smooth.
it.
Yeah.
On a line, and the officials converging now. We'll see what they're talking about.
Penalty flag down on the visitor sidelines.
He ran out of bounds at around the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew they didn't get off the field. But I never saw a flag, so I thought they.
First down.
So penalty declined. It'll be first down and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
He's coming back. Yep.
Play action, sends it near side. It's caught. Not a first down, but a medium-sized pickup there for David O'Coy. Gets about, well, they keep walking it up. It's about an 8-yard catch when all is said and done.
Yep. Was that 18? I can't really tell. There's a glare. I think it's 18 seconds.
Yes, 18.4 left to play here in the first half.
They're going to have to do something a little bit more than that. I bet you we're going to see a double move here in a minute. They should be ready for it. It looks like they got to cover 2, but they're going to need to do something to get a little bit further down. 18 seconds isn't enough. Keep running a little out route.
Malden in the pocket. Nope. He'll step up, and he is going to be sacked. Not a smart decision there from the senior.
No, it wasn't.
Forces another timeout to be taken.
Yeah, he could have easily just thrown that one out of bounds.
Good hit that time by David Garrison, number 6, the junior defensive end. You got to be a special athlete to play receiver and defensive end.
That's an interesting combination. I've seen a couple of quarterbacks and on one end and linebackers, which you don't particularly want, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, that's a definite interesting combination.
So timeout called by the Patriots. It's going to be third down and around 5. Ball sitting at their own 42-yard line, 42.5-yard line. So still quite a ways to go before you can think about scoring. And not much time at all for Paulding County. 10.7 seconds left to play, and I think you're exactly right, Steve. It's a double move time.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to. I mean, they've got it. Malden's got the arm strength. They've got 3 receivers that run really good routes and can get behind a defense. And when you have 3, you're going to have probably you may have 2 flags and a post route, and just see if one of them can get behind.
2 receivers and a tight end to the left, 1 to the right. In the pistol rather, is Malden. He claps and receives the ball. Looks downfield. It is almost intercepted and dropped at the last second. Breaking it up is Will Jackson that time, and a nice play by the junior.
Yeah, that was a little bit too lackadaisical, maybe, for lack of a better term. He looked like he kind of read that one. But I don't know what was going to happen anyway. It was just it was another just a crossing route that was only about 10 yards downfield. They got to do something deeper than that.
So 4th down and 5 here with 4.9 seconds left to play in the first half, and Paulding County going to play it safe. They're going to try to punt it away. Clay Walters standing at the 30-yard line, and he's saying hurry it up. That's going to be a delay of game.
It sure is. But
no, they get it off. Walters boots it away. That should end the first half of play. It's going to hit at the 16, roll to the end zone, and that will end the first half of play. Very, very exciting, and these 2 teams, obviously, you can tell they were wanting to get back out there. They were wanting to hit each other, and they've done just that in the first half as we head to halftime with the score. North Hall 10 and Paulding County 7. A very exciting first half of play, and we can't wait to sit here and chop it up, talk all about that first half of play. We're going to step aside for a 3-minute break, and we'll come back with the halftime report here live from Dave Hardin Stadium. Your score at the midway point: Paulding County 7, North Hall 10.
College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want, from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. highlands.edu.
Sometimes we forget how easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
And welcome back to Dallas, Georgia, Dave Hardin Stadium. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County Patriot football. After an exciting first half, Paulding County trails North Hall 10-7, and a game that saw a tale of two teams so far. The passing attack of Paulding County, the rushing attack of North Hall, and right now the Trojans leading it by a field goal.
Yeah, it was. I think you're right on the money. I mean, you had the first quarter, and well, really pretty much the whole game. That last drive came up a little short for Paulding County, but really Paulding County's passing attack was, you couldn't ask for anything. You couldn't draw it up much better than what they did the first half. And really the same, on the flip side of that, North Hall about the same thing running the ball. They're having some great success running the ball, and mainly relying on senior Kevin Rochester to just running between the guards, really, is what he's doing. And so it's just been really good football, really. Logan, I've been surprised too, man. There haven't been too many penalties, what you would think might happen in the first game of the season. And it's just been a really, really good football game. But North Paulding can't seem to stop. Paulding County can't. I keep getting North Hall, and anyway, I can't. Paulding County's having almost an impossible time stopping the run from North Hall, and North Hall's having a hard time stopping the passing from Paulding County. But one thing they are doing really, really well is stopping the run from Paulding County. Paulding County has not been able to gain any yards running the ball at all, not even getting to the line of scrimmage most of the time. So, and that's just a lot of credit to some of their star defensive players, mostly Austin Atha, who has come up really, really big defensively for North Hall.
Absolutely. Well, looking at the stats here in the first half, we'll start out with the visitors, the North Hall Trojans, who lead it 10-7 here at the halfway point. 141 rushing yards, no passing yards, 0 for 2 passing so far is Bradford Purrier, but again, he just hasn't needed to.
Yeah, that's true.
They haven't needed it.
That's true.
Looking at the rushing stats, Purrier with 35 yards on 5 carries. He has the game's only touchdown for the Trojans. 96 yards on 8 carries, though, for the senior Kevin Rochester, just continuing to show out. That's a good way to start your final season.
I tell you what, man, that's impressive.
He's going to be a guy. I mean, he's just got the build of one of those players that you see going to play at like Army or something as fullback. Does he not? I mean, he just got that. He's got that kind of vibe. But I'm rocking with it. He's doing a good job so far. 6 yards for Tate Ruth on 2 carries, 4 yards for Jeremiah Thielander, and a carry for Austin Atha. No yards on that, though. Looking at Paulding County, they've been able to spread the ball out some through the passing game, but really nothing rushing so far. You look at Paulding County's official first half stats, 152 total yards, 135 through the air, 17 on the ground, 22 rushing yards on 7 carries for Dylan Taylor. Malden is in the negatives, Micah Kelly is in the negatives, and 0 yards for J.P. Pruitt. So if you're Paulding County, I think the way that you really try to attack a team that is having to play players both ways, you got to try to run against them. You got to try to tire them out. It's just not working against the stout Trojan defense.
No, you're exactly right. They've got to figure something out. And that's always one thing I love about watching high school football games, too, is just I love watching the difference in the first half, second half. I think you have a really good judge of, not all the time, but you get a good judge of how good your coaches are when they can come back out and see what adjustments they've made and see what they've done. The adjustment definitely going to have to be for Paulding County defense. They have to figure out a way to stop, even if you have to even if you have to really stuff the box right now, you've got to send a message that we're going to stop it. You're going to have to beat us throwing. And because right now they're not throwing the ball. They don't have to, but when they do, they're not doing it real well. And it's almost right the opposite for when you're looking at North Hall against Paulding County's offense. They've got to figure out a way to stop it. What they tried to do, the very first possession, North Hall did a really good job of staying with the receivers on their deep routes. So what they did, again, great coaching, is what they did was they started throwing short balls. And because they were giving them a lot of cushion coming off the line of scrimmage. They were running some out routes, some quick slants, those kind of things, and it just started eating up yardage, and it forced North Hall to come in. They were able to try to go back deep again. Fortunately, they haven't been beaten deep on too many routes, deep routes anyway. But even when they have, they've been able to make a stop, except for that one possession when they scored a touchdown. So yeah, it's really kind of interesting. If either team could start doing well on Paulding County, if they can start doing well with running, getting some yards, or North Hall receiving, throwing the ball, that could be the difference.
It really could be. And you talk about Paulding County's passing game, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Braden Malden, that senior quarterback. If my stats are correct, he had 2 incompletions on the first drive and had 1 incompletion the rest of the first half.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt it. And we talked about it. It wasn't like he was just making good throws. He was making good throws every time, just about. I mean, he was hitting back shoulder throws. He was making, and even the incompletes that he had the first quarter were good because they were covered. He threw it only where the receiver could catch it, even though a couple of them, or one of them specifically, was out of bounds. But he is throwing some. It's not like he's throwing real easy ones. He had to thread the needle on 3 or 4 that I can think about that was right where it needed to be. And again, when you have 3 really good receivers, that makes a huge difference too.
Braden Malden, unofficial first half stats, but we believe he's 17 of 20, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Great perfect touchdown pass to, I believe it was Chardabon in that end zone. Yeah. Great catch, toe tapping there on that end zone, right at the edge of the end zone.
Which again is what the only person that could have caught that was his receiver. So
you're absolutely right. Looking at the rest of the receiving stats for Paulding County, 61 yards on 7 catches for Khalil Jones. He's showing out, but we were told to look out for that. Also 58 yards on 5 catches for David Okoye. You got 8 yards on 1 catch for Dylan Taylor. Timmy Odebimi had 2 yards on a catch. The 5-yard catch and a touchdown for Chardabon. And J.P. Pruitt and Micah Kelly also with a catch in the first half. So, first half impression, Steve. First of all, how good does it feel to say we've got a half of football down? We're finally officially getting into it.
It has been so nice, man. This has just been a lot of fun, and being able to call a really good game is just kind of icing on the cake. And it's funny watching them come out. I've noticed that Dylan Taylor for Paulding County has ice wrapped around his ankle. We knew he got hurt, kind of had to come off second quarter, maybe early second quarter. But so that might be looks like that may affect them coming in, where now it looks like Micah Kelly's going to have to do most of the carrying the load there for Paulding County.
We'll see if Micah Kelly, the junior, can step up for Paulding County. They certainly need it in their ground game. It's just a ton of talent on the field, and let's shout out the band as well.
Absolutely.
Paulding County's band doing a great job, and I think North Hall, they've had their band travel as well. It's great to have all of this with high school football. As you know, working in education and working over at Model, Steve, when you talk about football, it's not just the football team, it's not just the coaches, it's the community, it's the band, it's everything, and it's just great to have all of this here. This is peak America high school football.
It is. I mean, to me, that's what makes it so much fun, is because it's such a team effort, and you say that flippantly sometimes, but it's really not. I mean, you have to be able. You're working closely with the band directors, and you're working closely with the Boosters Club, and you're working closely with cheerleading, and you're working closely with your middle school teams, and so it's just it's a team effort to pull off a Friday night. But man, I tell you, I can guarantee you these guys were fired up in their before the game, man. Probably could not wait to get out here. For some, I think heard in your interview how many days you said it's been
Yeah.
for Paulding County. I mean, you know they were ready to hit somebody other than their teammates.
Just phenomenal. Well, this was a great first half. North Hall leads at 10-7 here over Paulding County at Dave Hardin Stadium. We are going to do this. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to head to a commercial break. We're going to hear from some sponsors. Want to thank them, of course. We've still got quite a few minutes until the second half will begin, but we want to thank you for tuning in. We also want to say a big thank you to the athletic director here at Paulding County.
Yeah, I tell you, man, he's been great. Dustin Skelton has come in and really taken care of us. Paulding County's been such a great host anyway, so we're looking forward to kind of being with them all year and following them, and we just appreciate the hospitality.
Well, we're going to step aside now. You're listening to high school football here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County Patriots, brought to you by Georgia Highlands College.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
If another crisis happens, will your job be secure? Find a career path where you are essential. Georgia Northwestern Technical College offers programs of study in business, health, industrial, and public service at 6 convenient campus locations. Take day, evening, or online classes to get your degree, diploma, or certificate. Apply now. Visit us on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Be essential.
A veces nos olvidamos lo fácil que es ahorrar energía en casa. Por eso Georgia Power te recuerda lo sencillo que es hacer un giro para cambiar las bombillas LED. O tan fácil como levantar un mueble para desbloquear las salidas de aire. Podría ser el interruptor que apaga las luces de un cuarto vacío. En cualquier caso, estos pequeños cambios pueden marcar una gran diferencia. Visita georgiapower.com para obtener consejos y programas que te ayudarán a ahorrar energía y dinero.
At First Bank Mortgage, we help others get to a better place. Your better place might be a yard for your kids or a bigger home for your growing family. Maybe it's just to refinance your current mortgage. Whatever your better place is, First Bank Mortgage will help you get there. Call 706-232-9458. Voted Best Mortgage Lender 2 years in a row. First Bank Mortgage, 338 West 3rd Street, Rome. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 472433. First Bank Mortgage, helping you get to your better place.
At Logical Systems, we take the time to ensure your network is tailored to perform at the highest capacity. Whether upgrading your structured cabling or implementing new technology, Logical Systems helps your organization stay on the cutting edge of an ever-evolving market. Give Logical Systems a call today at 706-234-9896 for your network solutions.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
Jamming out to some super trendy music here at Dave Hardin Stadium. Here on the Mountain Coast Network, presented by Georgia Highlands College, the Paulding County Patriots trailing North Hall 10-7 at halftime. Very fun first half of play, and as we're sitting here waiting for both teams to trot back out onto the field, Paulding County meeting here on the north end zone right at the corner. Clay Walters practicing a few rugby-style pooch kicks that we've seen from him so far. Paulding County, it's been the inability to run the ball and the inability to stop North Hall's rushing defense. For North Hall, it's been the inability to pass the ball and the inability to stop Paulding County's passers. So we'll see what changes. Something's going to have to change because these two teams are heading right for each other, and something's going to have to happen for somebody to come out on top. It's too close to call right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that I don't think it necessarily surprised us, but I know it probably has surprised several people or some people due to just assuming due to the difference in the classifications that it may not have been this close. But North Hall has made the playoffs the last 6 years, making it to the second round the last 3 years. So they're not a slouch, no matter what classification they're playing against. And so as we can see, tonight we're seeing that.
Well, looking at North Hall, last year they lost their first 3 games, but they played quality teams. They lost to Paulding County, they lost to Hart County and Stevens County, and then they rattled off a big winning streak. They only lost 1 game from then on. It really was started with a big win on the road at Chastity week 4, and they just went flying upwards after that. They kept winning. Their only loss was to region champion Cherokee Bluff, and then lost to Greater Atlanta Christian in the second round. Pretty tough to play those boys, I would say.
It really is. And Cherokee Bluff score was close, 41-24. But getting past North Murray in that first round to be able to play GAC there in the second round. But still, like you're saying, they're coached very well. They do really good things. Both teams have been very fundamental. Both coaches are very experienced. Both Coach Bishop and Coach Spence are both very, very experienced coaches. They're very good on fundamentals, and so we kind of expected that coming in. It's just like I said, I think this is where a lot of coaches earn their money. You look back on a lot of the coaches, whether it's high school or college too, that's one of the things that if you're going to make a run for a championship or even a region title, you have to be able to make adjustments. If you can't do that, then you won't go very far. If you can, you'll beat some teams that you're not supposed to.
Certainly, and Paulding County trying to turn around this program, and it's been a project for Coach Van Spence, and he's had some very good teams, but he truly believes this is going to be his best team yet.
And you can see it. You have flashes of it, but you also see flashes of the youth. I think we talked about it. One of the things that I feel like they're going to notice on film when they watch it back is Paulding County anyway, is that there was, I don't really want to call it they were flat. I just want to call they didn't seem to match the intensity that North Hall brought. That's going to have to improve. They're bigger up front. There's no reason for them not to be being able to make some gains offensively running the ball. But they're just they're kind of sluggish. There doesn't seem to be a lot of they're holding blocks real well, but those are the things that young kids do, and they have some sophomores on that line, and so they're going to get the hang of it because you can tell they're athletic. You have a top-notch quarterback, 3 top-notch receivers. They're going to do good things. So I think it's just a matter of getting back into the swing of play, and they had played in so long, just scrimmage against yourself, you can only do, so much. And they had a good little turnout, they did some good things at Temple or against Temple, and so. But anyway, we're gonna kind of see. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they got the ball first half, right? So
they did.
So it's going to be kicking to North Hall.
So So we'll see what this Paulding County defense can do to start out the second half of play. Would imagine we'll be seeing Clay Walters come out and kick it, send it off to the Trojans. And just as North Hall runs across the field, a player gets a cramp at the 40-yard line. And so he's getting worked out.
I can believe it. It's extremely humid. North Hall's coaches went down earlier around at halftime, and when they left that door open, and you could just felt like the temperature in here dropped. It's already hot.
Feel like opening the oven door.
It did. You're exactly right. And so it's hot and humid down there. So yeah, I can easily see where they're. You can see them now getting them stretched out.
We'll say, looking at it last year, it felt like in week 1 they were dropping like flies with all the cramps because they had the shortened preseason.
Yeah,
Feels like since they got the full preseason this year, not as much so far.
I agree with you. Yeah, I fully agree.
So back deep to return, Clay Stover and Jeremiah Thielander for the North Hall Trojans as the senior Clay Walters about to boot this one away for Paulding County. Second half about to begin. North Hall 10 and Paulding County 7. Here in week 1 of the 2021 season, the second half is underway. A high kick to the right side of the field. Clay Stover comes in and catches it at the 15. He's up to the 20, the 25, and wrapped down and taken down quickly. A big hit by the junior Liam Jeffries.
Yeah, nice job, really, right there by Stover to be able to come get the ball. He was lined up probably about the 5-yard line, and that was just a high pooch kick that landed probably at the 15, maybe even 16, 17, and he did a good job of coming up and fielding it into the air instead of letting it hit.
Do want to update people, we haven't been able to find many scores so far, but the Rome Wolves in this region with Paulding County, they lead Rockmart 16-0 in the first half.
Wow.
No score for Adairsville and Chattooga, that one on the other channel here on the Mountain Coast Network. Wing T offense back out on the field for North Hall. They'll hand it off to Kevin Rochester. Why not? It worked so much in the first half. He's up to the 35. Those big legs keep churning. He's down to the 39.
Well, what a surprise.
Shocker.
Just a belly dive off the right side to Rochester. But the thing is, now it's working. They're doing such a good job. And really, I'm going to watch this half to see, but most of the blocking scheme up front, that first half was just pretty much straight up. It was just that one technique, just coming straight off. Man over you, you're blocking them, pushing them away out of the hole, and that was about all there was to it. No, you're good now.
Trojans have it on their own 39-yard line. Heavy set look to the right side, and they will hand it off to Rochester that way.
Wow.
Up the gut, get through the defense, and he is down past midfield up to about the 46-yard line. Another nice pickup for North Hall.
I feel like we're kind of beating a dead horse. There's not a lot we can say, but I mean, they're just opening up big holes for them.
Now 124 rushing yards on 10 carries for Kevin Rochester. He continues to show out. This is what you wanted to see from the senior running back if you're a Trojan fan, but if you're a Paulding County fan right now, you're saying, oh my goodness, we've got to find a way to stop him.
Yeah, absolutely.
One receiver to the right, but this is probably going to be a run play. No reason to change up what's working. They give it to Rochester again. He's got a nice gain. He's finally brought down by the Paulding County defense, but not before he gets a gain of about 5 yards. That was a play where he got past the line, and there was a man hanging on to his backside trying to pull him down. Then it took another Paulding County Patriot on the other side of him pulling him down. Rochester, the senior high-impact player for North Hall, and we have quickly found out his name. I would imagine the rest of this region in Class 3A will. Purrier on the quarterback keeper to the right side, gets up to the offensive line, runs into his own man, and he is swarmed by the Patriot defense. Gain of about 2 yards on 2nd down and 5. He gets it up to the 39 of Paulding County.
They did that last time. They'll run Rochester and run him, and the variation, I guess, of that would be what we used to kind of call almost like an option look. They would just do the fake the belly dive, and then he'd run. Then the quarterback would just keep it and run around. They just didn't have the pitch man, and he would just run around to the end. That's what they're trying to do, but that's been the variations that they've done. Not a lot to it, but it's working.
3rd down and 3, and we know exactly what this play is going to be. 2 running backs in the backfield. Under center is Purrier. Turns around, gives it off to Rochester. The defense got him, but did he reach over for a first down? No, they're going to say that he is short. That was the freshman coming in to make the hit, J-Rod Abrams. And they say that he gets.
They're probably going to go for it.
They said he got 2 yards. Couldn't tell where he was brought down because there were so many bodies piled up there. This is 4th down and, what, 2 or 3 inches?
Yeah, they may try to draw them off first, but I tell you, I can't say that I blame them. They're in their own territory. Their defense has been able to stop Paulding County, so why not?
Ball at the 36-yard line of the Patriots. Trojans with it, trying to add to this 3-point lead. They will hand it off to Rochester. He swarmed, but he's got a first down.
Oh, I think so, too. They're acting like they stopped him.
If it was 4th down and 2, they've stopped him, but it was 4th down and inches, and they did not stop him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were celebrating a little early there.
And Tyler Smith, I just want to send my regards. The junior was jumping up and down because they stopped him and turned around and saw and threw both arms in the air.
Totally deflated.
Said, what can I do? So that's a first down for North Hall. And they barely got it. Upon further review, that was about a gain of about half a yard. First down and 10 now. They hand it off on the right side. Nice gain again for the Trojans. Wrapped down after a gain of a few yards by Atha.
Hallelujah. Atha needs to get a little running in. He's only made about every play defensively. I got tickled. The reason I got tickled, I don't know if you heard we got the stadium mic out there, and you heard somebody say, I didn't hear the first part, but I heard him say, they're going to run it.
Well, certainly. They've got a point.
I tell you, I want to real quickly, Kyler Olson is the center. Austin Cooper is that right guard. Zane Hall, right tackle. Jarrett Laddie, right guard, or left guard, and Baker Dyer is the left tackle, and then Jeremiah Thielander. Those guys are doing a great job up front blocking.
They sure. Another handoff for Atha. Juke at the 20, dragging a defender down to the 16-yard line. Austin Atha, hello.
That's why I wanted to give them a shout out. All of those are seniors except for the tight end Thielander, who's a junior. But those guys are doing such a great job reading their blocks, knowing where they are, and keeping the contact going, feet moving. And they don't have to have too much of an opening to get these guys through them. They're doing a great job up front.
Atha with a couple of nice carries here in the second half. First down and 10 now inside the red zone. They give it off to Rochester. Slips a tackle. He's at the 5. He's still driving, and he is down to the 3.
My goodness gracious.
Just unbelievable.
Just a beast, man. Just dragging people, hitting the hole hard. Bless his heart, that's where they got down last time and never could get him. They tried to get him in there. Here comes the goal line defensive lineman in.
It is, Steve, it's been a long time since I've seen a running back take over the game like Rochester has.
I tell you, he reminds me of like the old-time fullbacks, man.
Yeah.
Just there's no fluff here. We're not talking about any kind of misdirection. We're not even talking about, any kind of pulling line, any kind of schemes on that. It's just straight head-to-head blocking.
Run to the left side for Thielander. Offensive line gets behind him, pushes him. He reaches over past the goal line. Did he score?
Wow, I thought he was in twice, just to be honest with you.
Oh, my goodness. That one is tough.
Wow, I thought wow, okay.
That's tough for Thielander. Down at the goal line is the official call. He got stood up right at the goal line. Then the offensive line got behind him and pushed.
I saw the push. He even extended the ball at one time that I thought was over, but no call. He got him right on not the inch line, looks like.
So now second down
and 1. They got Thielander in the backfield, don't they?
They do. Thielander is the deep back. They give it off to him, and he's met immediately. Paulding County sends him down at the 7.
That's big number 58, Talon Cochran, it looks like, came across the line, came through the line, one of their goal line defenders, linemen that they put in. And, wow, that was a big stop right there.
Just a great hit right when Paulding County needed it the most. Timeout taken on the field here in the second half. 5:06 to play in the third quarter, and North Hall has drained so much clock off this.
I was just thinking that same thing. I was surprised when
6 minutes and 54 seconds already on this drive, and they've still not scored yet. Ball is at the 10.
It's funny, Logan. It feels like this is what's kind of happened in the game. We've had both teams have been on their end in the red zone even. Paulding County got a score. North Hall's got a score. But they've had opportunities to score too, but there's always been other opportunities to score, but there seems to be one team or another will make a big play. That we'll see if this is that big play for Paulding County this time, because it's third down. I can't see over there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, third down and around 10.
Wow, they got him a good spot, didn't they? I thought that was back further than that.
They'll say it was a loss of 9 yards on that run for T-Lander, and I think it hurt T-Lander because
– yeah, well, the ball spotted, though, on the 3. It's only –
what?
Yeah, I mean, it was –
oh, well, excuse me then. So, yeah, good spot. I guess just a loss of 2 for T-Lander.
I guess they count that as a lot of a forward progress, but that was wow.
I could understand around the 4 or 5. 3 feels a little close, but all in all, it doesn't make that much of a difference. You know what's going to happen for North Hall here. Third down and short. They pitch it.
Oh, that was a good play, though.
Play blown dead. That's a false start.
Wow.
And now they're back to the 8.
That's just another wide receiver or slot went in motion to do a lead block. They were going to do a pitch. Who was that pitch to? Was it Kelly? I believe, Micah Kelly. And they got called hitting that. It could have been a score because he had it. It looked pretty open on that side.
Yeah, Purrier that time had his man wide open. If the Trojans can complete
that.
that.
Kelly, that's on Paulding County. I'm sorry.
Maybe number 6, Garrison.
I couldn't tell. But yeah, it looked open. Yeah, you're right.
They were both over there, and it's a tough play there for North Hall.
Yeah.
Third down and long now as far as third down and goals go. Ball at the 8. He'll roll out to his right, fakes a handoff, has a receiver open. He'll keep it himself. Purrier up to the 5, slips around the side, and he scores! Unbelievable. Bradford Purrier gets in, and holy Johnny Manziel.
I can't believe he had him open. I thought he was dead in the water because he had him open and he didn't throw it. And then I didn't think there was any way he was going to get through there. Holy smokes. Wow. That ended up being wow.
You talk about slipping through a crack on the far sideline. Unbelievable. It's 16-7 now. North Hall leading it. Extra point about to be attempted by Brown. The kick is up, and it flies through. But it's off to the right. Had the height that time, but didn't have the accuracy. So a 9-point lead now for North Hall. It's still a 2-possession game. 16-7 your score here at Dave Hardin Stadium. And Paulding County unable to catch a break there. Third down and 8. You had the false start to help you out defensively. You had a man wide open. The quarterback didn't realize it, tucked it himself, and you can't bring him down.
Wow.
Got to be deflating there for the Patriot defense.
I'm not sure what to say. It's like, I don't know how in the world he squeezed through. I bet you 4 defenders were over there, had a chance to get him, but man.
Just an unbelievable effort play that time from Bradford Purrier. And the Trojans lead it by 9. And now if you're Paulding County, you've seen your pass game work its way down the field quickly already. See if they can do it again. Kick and get away is Luke Brown, the senior. Puts his boot into this one. It's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line by Khalil Jones. Starts to his right, now cuts back to his left. And he's brought down at the 11. Trying to bust a long return, but I think he would have been better off following his blocks that time.
Yeah, I think he tried to hit it outside too soon. And I think one thing that we found is North Hall knows how to tackle. They've made some good open field tackles. They're making good tackles up front. They're not, Paulding County haven't been able to break too many tackles. They do a good job of locking up and getting them to the ground.
Under 5 minutes to play now in the third quarter.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Just a crazy, crazy drive.
Wow.
This game has went from a good game to just insane and intense all in one here in the last couple of minutes.
And I'm curious right here to see if they're going to start throwing deep. They've just got 2 receivers now. They brought.
Instead, they're going to hand it off this time. A run for Micah Kelly to the left side. Pretty good pickup there for the junior. One of the best runs of the night so far for Paulding County. Gain of around 6 or 7 yards.
Daniel O'Neill looks like he's down. I can't tell if he's cramped up. I bet he is. Yeah, they helped him up. It looks like he's limping a little bit. Maybe it's just a cramp.
We want to thank you for joining us on this Friday night season opener at Paulding County High School. Patriots trailing the North Hall Trojans 16-7. Paulding County won this game 24-7 a year ago, week 1. That was up in Gainesville. The Road Warriors won the first matchup, and right now the Road Warriors on top. Still plenty of time left in this one. Paulding County trying to get something going here on offense. They'll hand it off again to Kelly. Up the gut. Big swarm of defenders and offensive players, and Kelly is cut down after a gain of 0.
And the other thing they're doing real well is game tackling. They're doing a really good job pursuing. They're doing a good job of coming down that line to help out. Because that time they just had him. Somebody had him by the leg. They were able to come in and just keep him. He's coming off right now. I can't tell who's back in. 22 maybe?
Might be. That looks like it'd be
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly the sophomore. Getting some new guys playing time. The quarterback, Braden Malden. Pistol look here. 2 receivers to either side, and Kelly behind him. He'll look to his right. Gives it off to the man on the slant route. That's Okoye. Breaks a tackle, and he gets a first down. David Okoye up to the 24-yard line. Nice pick up there for the Patriots.
I tell you, they're just eating it away right there. They're not getting too greedy. They're just throwing. When they throw the ball, it's as good as it gets. I mean, they're good. He's getting good protection. He's getting rid of the ball quickly in the right spot, and the receivers are doing a good job of seeing the ball in and good runs after.
Malden. He's going to scramble around a bit, dumps one off for Kelly in the
Smart
flat.
play.
Can't keep his footing. Now he does. He's up to the 39, and that's where he'll be brought down. A nice gain there for Paulding County. It's J.J. Kelly out of the backfield.
Malden, again, such a good job. He got the pocket kind of collapsed. It looked like he was going to run, drew those linebackers in. He was able to just dump it off to the running back out of the backfield. Just such a smart play right there.
Malden continuing to rack up the passing yards here, already over 150. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Malden down the field, and it's dropped by Chardabon. And if he catches that, it's a big gainer.
Yeah.
There was 2 wide open receivers there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very unusual. I don't know if that's happened. I don't think we've had any drops from their receivers tonight.
That was Chardabon, and he had Liam Jeffries right beside him, and neither able to come up with a catch. So now that brings up 2nd down and 10, ball at the Paulding County 39-yard line. Patriots trying to respond after that score from North Hall. Malden over here near side. It's Okoye again, falls to the ground and makes the catch. Gain of 5 yards. You're halfway there.
Really, really good catch right there. It wasn't the best throw. Malden, matter of fact, as soon as that ball was caught and the receiver got back up, you saw him touching his chest, tapping his chest like that was my fault. I didn't get it up enough, but he did a good job of catching and really got a good gain out of it. Not bad, sitting there with about, 4 or 5 yards to go for first.
And they'll say, I said a 5-yard catch. They'll move it up to about 7 yards down the field. So 3rd down and 3 now for the Patriots. Heavy look. They are going to pass out on the far side. It's Chardabon, and he's got a first down.
Man, oh man, those receivers are so good. He did such a great job. Chardabon did such a great job of almost looking like a rebounder. Just shielding, putting his body between the ball and the defender to be able to shield him off enough to make that catch. But again, a great throw. If he threw that ball, if Malden threw that ball any higher, it would have been knocked down. Because it's interesting, they're coming off different formations right now to this half. They've been doing that was more of a trips look on this one side, where they have been just running a wide receiver, a slot on one side, and then a receiver on the other. They're just mixing up formations and just coming at them, man. Just
yeah.
I mean, just as much as what North Hall's doing to them running, they're doing the same thing throwing. It's crazy.
They're that time changing it up to a spread look. They pass it on the right sideline. They get it to Okoye again, 11-yard catch and a first down to the 34. Malden looking for Okoye again. He's beat the defense. A dime. Put the points on the board.
Golly.
Touchdown, Paulding County. David Okoye, all he had to do was put his hands up. Braden Malden said, I've got you.
Wow. I mean, just, wow. So pretty.
34-yard scoring strike. Malden to Okoye. Second touchdown pass of the night for Braden Malden. And just like that, we got a game going here in Dallas. 16-13, and the extra point about to be attempted by Clay Walters. David Okoye just ran a streak route that time, a fly route, and he was wide open.
I mean, it wasn't a double move or anything. He just got behind the defenders.
Extra point is up and through from Clay Walters. That one went flying for a bit, got all of that, and that makes it a 2-point game now. And that's what's so interesting. If you'll remember, almost a year ago right now, in week 2 of last season, Paulding County beat Hiram 17-16. Right now, they're down 16-14. Could have the same score. This one, of course, in week 1, but either way, this one's shaping up to be a great finish in Dallas.
Well, what you're doing is you're seeing it's really going to boil down to which defense can stop the strength of the offense. Because both Paulding County's doing what they do extremely well offensively, which is throwing the ball. North Hall's doing what they do extremely well, which is running the ball. And somebody's going to have to step in and stop, and I think that's going to be the team who ends up ends up with the W tonight. Man, oh man, that's such a great throw. Man.
Just an unbelievable pass that time as Walters sends this one away, and that is going to land out of bounds. And that is a penalty, so that'll move it up a bit, and that'll be good starting field position here for North Hall. Believe that would put it at the 35?
I believe so. So that can't be what they want. He was practicing that little pooch kick, kicking it to the sideline, and I know they have a rationale for it, but it's not like North Hall's killed them on return so far, so I'm not sure what the rationale. I think I'd rather make sure I keep it in bounds and not give them good field position starting off with.
And Walters, the senior special teamer, he's meant a lot to this program for a long time, and no one more upset after that kick than himself down there on the sideline, really kicking himself. So 65 yards to score for North Hall, and if they have it their way, it'll be done completely on the ground.
And they'll probably take up the rest of the. They'll probably take about till halfway through the fourth quarter.
We got about a minute and a half left to play here in the first half. Fumbled snap and a scramble for it. The Patriots got it.
That was such a huge mix-up. I think there was a mix-up in the backfield because you had too many people going different directions right there. That could be it.
And Gavin Van Dyke, the junior linebacker who Coach Spence told us to keep an eye out for. Right. Oh, my goodness. And we said it after North Hall scored. Just Paulding County couldn't catch a break. And that time the break came up and said, hello, Paulding County, I'm break.
Absolutely.
Ball's going to be at the 40-yard line of North Hall, and the Patriots with a chance to take the lead. They have not led since it was 7-3 in the first half. Injured player coming off the field for Paulding County, that's number 8, Jeschke Pierre, the junior defensive back. Just a little shaken up. He's making his way to the sideline under his own power. He should be all right. They're going to check him out. So a 34-yard touchdown pass on the last drive from Braden Malden. We'll see what the senior gunslinger can do right here. He's going to hand it off to Kelly. Left side slips around to Tackler. He's up to the 35. He's down at the 34. Fumble.
No way.
Ball squirts out at the end, and North Hall recovers, and the Trojans have it.
Come on, man. What in the world?
Micah Kelly making an indention in the turf with his helmet, banging his head after fumbling the football. Recovered by North Hall at the 35, and back-to-back plays with the turnover. Wow, that one's got to hurt if you're Paulding County, but a heads-up play by North Hall. You can never take a play off, and the Trojans didn't. Now they'll try to get a clean hold of it this time. They hand it off up the middle. No, keeper for Purrier down the right sideline, and he gets a gain of around 8. Quarterback keeper that time for Bradford Purrier. Ends up being a gain of about 8.5 yards. They get it all the way down to the 44-yard line. They are milking as much clock as they can.
In no hurry.
39 on the game clock here in the third quarter, 17 on the play clock.
Because what they've been doing, if they can milk this down, get a first down with this run.
They turn around.
They do.
Yeah, they give it to Rochester, and he's got it.
Because what they've been doing, by them just running the ball, they have just been absolutely draining the clock. Another cramp, it looks like, on North Hall player. That could be big because that's one of the offensive linemen.
That should take us.
He called. No, well, there were 14 seconds he had to.
That should have taken us to the end of the first half, or the end of the third quarter, sorry, but you're right. They'll call a timeout, and they'll have to run another play. And
yeah, they got an injured timeout. It looks like Zane Hall, one of the senior right tackles.
We made the mistake of mentioning how there were a few cramps in the first
I know,
half.
We jinxed them, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Well, if you're just joining us, you've missed a great game so far, but stick with us. You might miss a great finish if you go away. 16-14, North Hall on top of Paulding County. 14 seconds to play in the third quarter. North Hall with a rushing touchdown, a drive that took up over 6 minutes of play to start out the second half. Paulding County works their way down the field. It was a 34-yard touchdown pass from Braden Malden to David Okoye on a fly route. Made it 16-14. Paulding County forced a turnover. It was a bad snap. They recovered it on the very next play. North Hall stripped it from the running back Micah Kelly for Paulding County, so the Trojans have the ball back. A first down at midfield here in the third quarter.
Literally back-to-back possessions on the fumble. That's just crazy. We just talked about the defense that's going to step up, and we thought Paulding County did by recovering that fumble, and then the very first possession after they recovered that fumble, they fumble. So
we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick timeout and hear from our friends over at Georgia Highlands College. You're listening to Patriots Football on the Mountain Coast Network.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands. Learn more at georgiapower.com/reliability.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
And we're back. Injured player makes his way off the field for North Hall. Just time for about one more play here in the third quarter. First down and 10 at midfield for the Trojans. They lead it 16-14. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here on the Mountain Coast Network, and they don't even have to run a play. The clock starts as they line up, so that'll end the third quarter.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Tough spot here for Paulding County. The Patriots are really going to have to scrap together and find a big stop if they want to come back and win this game. You're listening to Paulding County Patriots football here on the Mountain Coast Network, brought to you by Georgia Highlands College and a host of other sponsors. We're going to head to a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back after this message from Automax.
When the Shorter Hawks football team hits the road, the Mountain Coast Network broadcast team heads to Automax. Corey Rhodes and his crew have the right vehicle for us to travel across the southeast from the mountains of upstate South Carolina to the Gulf Coast on the Florida Panhandle. Wherever you are headed, Automax has the car, SUV, van, or bus that you need. Call Automax today at 706-291-0600 or visit them online at automaxrental.com/Rome.
I'm trying to see how's. I know that was Zane Hall that went off. I'm trying to see if he was able to get back in, and I think no. Like 52 is already in. So anyway, maybe it was more than just a cramp.
Well, hopefully he is okay as he's on the sideline. The Trojans give it off up the middle for Rochester. See you later. 50-yard touchdown run for Kevin Rochester, and that's an exclamation point for the Trojans.
Wow.
Now an 8-point lead, 22-14. Just a quick hitter up the middle, fullback belly, and he runs it all the way to the house.
I'm just glad he got to score. He's been doing so much.
He has earned it. 200 rushing yards now on 15 carries.
Wow.
And as quick as you'll ever see North Hall put some points on the board, they lead at 22-14. And one player was so excited he ran to the sideline, didn't realize that he's on the field goal team.
They still need one more, looks like. They're going to have to call timeout.
I guess they'll run it.
Or they're going to kick without him.
Kick is up, and it is through. That makes it a 9-point game now, 23-14. And that is what the doctor ordered. If you are a native of North Hall County, the Trojans, with a big lead here in the fourth quarter, that's exactly how they wanted to start it out. You turn around, if you're Purrier, you hand it off to Rochester. 50 yards later, the points are on the scoreboard.
Wow.
Looking at the stats, 283 rushing yards now for North Hall, just 28 for Paulding County. And if the Patriots cannot claw back in this one, that's going to be what broke their back.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what I was surprised, one thing I liked about that, and then the one thing that I was kind of surprised about was he was quick. But what I liked about it, he's a lot quicker than I thought he was going to be. He was fast. He was moving now. The thing that I did like, though, is he didn't slow down and kind of look around, and he kept that ball tight. He wasn't about to let anybody come. He had his what I call the Chubb carry. He had that thing high and tight. He wasn't about to let that thing go again.
If you missed it in the first quarter, Tyler Smith came up and stripped it from him. Rochester has learned
He's not letting
since
that
then.
happen. Yep.
Kick and get away is Luke Brown, and another perfect kick from the senior. That went into the end zone for a touchback, and Paulding County will have it on their own 20-yard line to start out this drive. Paulding County down by 2 scores now, 23-14. And a similar situation that they faced on their last drive prior to the one-play drive. The scoring drive that took them all the way down the field. They were down by 2 possessions at that point, 16-7. It's still a 9-point game. There's no reason to treat it any differently.
Right.
Now, Coach, Steve, if you're the coach, is there a bit more of a sense of urgency here, though?
I think so. The beauty of it is, though, your offense is suited for this situation. Now, so that was a mix-up.
Yeah, busted play that time, and Braden Malden just trying to get what he can. He heads up the gut for a gain of about 1 yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 now.
But, yeah, I mean, their offense, they just don't need to panic. I mean, they just need to do what they do. But I think the word you used is the perfect wording. I think there's got to be some urgency of where we got to get it going.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Deep back is J.J. Kelly.
But they've proven they can score quickly. They've just got to get moving. 11 minutes left is plenty of time. They just got to get going.
Handed off to Kelly this time. No, play action, lob it downfield, and almost intercepted.
Yeah, he's lucky. That might have been the first bad throw he's really made. It's over one of his receivers and under the other, and fortunately it bounced before the defenders could get there too. It looks like, can't tell, is that Oda Bimmy? It's coming off, it looks like,
yes.
with his is a cramp. You can tell by the way he's walking.
Odubemi off and Liam Jeffries in for the Patriots. And stoppage of play here. Timeout called by Paulding County. Or is it?
No, I don't know why he blew the. Now he's rolling it.
What is happening here?
The coaches are on the field talking to the side judge, but I noticed the back judge is the one that blew it originally, but no flag was thrown. I'm super confused right now.
Here's what we do know. It's third down and 9, ball at the 21 of Paulding County, and the Patriots facing a big situation here. Once we get it all straightened out on the field, we'll know what to say.
Nothing, the ball wasn't moved, nothing.
Not sure. Either way, no harm done, I suppose.
First game for the officials, too.
Oh, yeah. They need some time to acclimate. Absolutely. Yep. They got a tough job. Malden back to pass on 3rd down and 9. Coming to the outside, Okoye lost his footing as he turned around on that curl route. And if he doesn't, he catches that for a first down.
Was. That was just a pure timing play. And the ball was gone before he even fell down. And so once he slipped, it was, yeah, you're right. He didn't have a chance. But if he hadn't slipped, it would have called that one in.
That one is heartbreaking for Paulding County and exhilarating for North Hall.
Absolutely.
So Clay Walters standing at his own 7-yard line. Not an ideal position to punt here.
You know, one of the things we've noticed is special teams is going to need some work because both teams are struggling to get people in and out when they're supposed to have them.
They are.
Paulding County was running out late on that one, too, to get somebody.
See what Walters does here. Runs out to his right. Now he'll send it away. This one a much better punt. Hits around the 45, rolls out of bounds around there. They'll spot it actually at the 47-yard line. We say a nice punt because he was moved back so far towards his own end zone. Kept it in that time, but still great field position here for the Trojans. And a score here, assuming that they run clock off, would pretty much put this one on ice.
Yeah, it's about 10:23, and yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know if we're keeping that, but I don't know what their average possession time is, but I guarantee you it has to be in the 6 to 7 minute mark or higher, except for that quick hit they had with Rochester that last time. But they're just, again, where we were talking about the earlier, Paulding County's offense suits them for that situation. North Hall suits them for their situation now, being ahead.
First play of the drive is
to eat up the clock.
Yes, absolutely. And the first play of the drive is a handoff up the middle to Rochester. Gains about 1 yard. 2nd down and 9 now, ball at the 48.
Odubemi's still having a hard time. I think he's still cramped up, and it looks like he got his fingers stuck between 2 helmets that time. Ooh. And so he's had a rough couple of series here.
Poor kid. One thing that we can say for both sides is they're not giving up.
No, they're going hard.
Major respect to both coaching staffs for having them ready to go in this one.
Yeah.
Under center is Purrier. He'll hand off to Rochester again. Gets up to midfield, then he's brought down quickly. So gains 1 yard on first down, gains 2 or 3 yards on second down, now 3rd down and still about 6 yards. Rochester 204 in this game.
Odubemi limping off. Yeah, it's funny, these last 2 plays have been almost like counter runs where you're handing off to the right side, but you're going to turn left before you hand off, almost spinning around. And they're not getting to the hole as quickly as they were at these previously, so I don't know if that has something to do with it or not.
Now a pass for Purrier, sends it downfield, and that has got to be pass interference, but it's not called. It must have been uncatchable that time for Jeremiah Thielander, looking for the junior tight end, and he was open downfield. There was one defender over him, and Thielander had to pretty much reach over the defender to try to catch it.
That could have been either one. I could have seen that called either way, but I guess you're right. They just said that it wasn't catchable. That's his first target of the night, isn't it?
I believe it is. Thielander has been quiet on offense for sure. So now a punt here for North Hall,
and they did exactly what they didn't need to do, which was
pass the ball and stop the clock.
3 out, 3 and out.
High punt here from Purrier. Nice one. Goes out of bounds just outside the 20. We'll see where they officially spot it. Good hang time that time from Purrier, but couldn't keep it in and couldn't drive it inside the 20.
So now you really are having to pick it up. You got about 8:36 left, and if you're Paulding County, you have got to get the ball down the field.
77 yards to go, and you've got to get the ball back, and you got to score again if
Absolutely.
you're the Patriots.
You've got your 2 possessions. You've got to, so you've got to score quickly. Doesn't mean you have to score. You just need to get the ball down the field. You need to make. You can't throw little bubble screens. You're not going to be able to throw flat routes. You're going to need to get the ball up and down the field, preferably out of bounds if possible too.
We talked about the double move earlier. Got to see if North Hall looks out for that here. Going to throw it near side for Okoye. That one's off his hand and out of bounds. And hit as he threw was the quarterback, Braden Malden, and he comes up a little slowly.
Yeah, that's what happens a lot of times when you're, if you're a right-handed quarterback having to roll to your left, it's hard to get your shoulders turned sometimes. So if you do have a tendency of making a mistake, it's usually going to throw it too high. And that's kind of what happened right there. Plus, he was under some pressure.
2nd down and 10, ball on their own 23-yard line. 2 receivers and a tight end to the left, 1 to the right. Rolling to his left again. Here is a throw down the field and almost picked off. Coming up that time was Purrier. Out of his hands it went and landed out of bounds. He was looking for the big play receiver, Sharda Bond, but he was not open.
No, he did a great job. Purrier right there came out of that safety position, read the ball extremely well. Again, it was kind of a rollout to the left. He did just looked like a quick comeback, and he did a really good job reading it. And he'll probably tell you he should have caught it, but it would have been a tough catch.
So now we'll see what the Patriots do. 3rd down and 10, ball on their own 23.
Big down right here.
Coming near side and miscommunication, dropped again. That one should have been picked off by Stover.
Absolutely it should. Wow. I think it surprised him. It was thrown right to him. So all of a sudden, we're having a disconnect between Malden and the receivers, which has not happened all night. These last 3 possessions, 2 by Paulding County and 1 by North Hall, have been uncharacteristic of what has been going on the rest of the game.
So now Paulding County to punt it away.
Malden's back.
3 and out, not ideal for the Patriots.
No, not at all.
North Hall 23, Paulding County 14 here in the 4th quarter. And you're right, again, having to bring on extra guys for the punt team who were standing on the sideline.
Oh, there he is on the other side. I thought I only counted 10, but I see the receiver, the gunner waiting on that far side.
Walters sends a high kick into this night in Dallas, Georgia.
That's a great
hits,
kick.
Yeah, at the 38-yard line and rolls
Great
for a
punt.
bit. It'll die at the 25-yard line where
Wow.
it is touched by number 12, Mason Barker. And that's going to mean a long way to go.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what you wanted if you're Paulding County, but now you need a stop.
Yeah, time's definitely on North Hall's side. 8 minutes left. They just need, Paulding County needs to have a 3-and-out stop. North Hall needs to eat clock and on their run and get a couple of first downs, and it'll be over.
North Hall trying to utilize this rushing attack that's already gotten 288 yards in this game.
I'm curious to see if they go back to the quick hits instead of the counters.
Up the middle has been where it's been here in the second half.
Yep.
There's Rochester again. He's up to the 40 before he's touched. He's wrapped down at the 45. A quick 20-yard run.
Man, oh, man. Such good blocking. I can't say enough about center Kyler Olson, center, who is a senior. He has done such a great job of opening up the holes for Rochester this whole night.
You know, you've got to be just so impressed here with this North Hall rushing attack. This is a team in 3A that's going to make a lot of noise this year.
Absolutely.
Purrier under center, off to Rochester again. And he is wrapped down quickly. Believe that was Rochester. We'll check the number. Actually had a different man back there. It was number 28, Austin Self.
Okay.
So Self with a gain of about 4 yards. Still a nice pickup. Paulding County band getting into it. They've done a great job tonight getting the fans into this game. Big situation here for the Patriots. Clock running down in the fourth quarter, down by 9 points. 2nd down and 6. Purrier gets a snap. He'll hand it off. Counter near side and brought down. That's J-Rod Walker on the hit. J-Rod Abrams checked that. And they'll lose 2 yards.
Trey Patterson, I don't know if that's the first time we've seen him, sophomore, coming in. It's odd, Logan, to see. And I know there's a 2-touchdown, 2-score difference, but Coach Bishop is going ahead and putting his young guys in these kind of still a little bit of a stressful situation, and they're doing well. They're holding on the ball. They don't seem to be afraid. They're hitting the line hard.
Still over half the clock left here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, goodness, barely got it off.
Yeah, almost a bad snap. He'll pitch it on the outside to Patterson. Patterson with the speed, the acceleration, and the agility to stay inbounds and get a first down.
That was impressive, Logan. I thought he was going to go out, but he kept it in enough to get that first down, and that might be that's going to make it extremely difficult. And again, doesn't seem to be a lot of sense of urgency on Paulding County's side to get the ball back.
Patterson stepped out of bounds that time at the 45-yard line. And North Hall, as much as you'd love to see, if you're a North Hall fan, a 45-yard touchdown run here, it's better if you just get a first down and keep running this clock.
Stay in bounds.
They give it to Rochester, runs right through a defensive lineman and falls down. And I keep saying Rochester because him and Austin Self look so similar in the build. Another 4-yard pickup for Self, and as Rochester graduates this year, they're really going to be looking for somebody to come up and step up. Maybe Self can do so.
Sounds like they're going back up the middle. Rochester's back in now.
This has been a perfect second half for North Hall, aside from that one fumble and an amazing drive by Braden Malden. Other than that, it's been pretty much all Trojans. This one is Rochester, spins around at the 35, fights through contact. He's down to the 31-yard line.
I'm very, very surprised we didn't see a penalty right there. Wow, that's super surprising. T-Lander was blocking, got his helmet knocked off, and I can't tell. Looks like the defensive end maybe on that side. I can't see what the jersey number is. He just forearmed him right in the side of the head.
You're seeing the frustration starting to set in with these young players, and you hate to see it like that. It's going to happen. But as the young players come to the sideline, I'm sure the coaches will let them know you can't do that.
Yeah, I was just surprised, especially since he didn't have his helmet on. Yep, they're going right back up the middle again.
With that being said, you got to give credit to T-Lander for just letting it go.
Oh, yeah, he did. You're exactly right.
Because a lot of the time they see the guy who retaliates.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that would have been devastating, having that type of penalty.
Here's a handoff. No, a keeper for Purrier. And he is dropped for a no-yard gain.
I think now we got a timeout, Paulding County. I was wondering when they were coming. With 3:48 left, wow.
Paulding County down by 9 points. It's 23-14, and North Hall driving. They've got it at the Paulding County 32-yard line. Timeout called, so we'll step aside real quick. We want to hear from our title sponsor, Georgia Highlands College, here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County 14, North Hall 23.
Yeah, 48 is the one.
Georgia Highlands College has got you covered. With more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you can take classes the way you want, from virtually anywhere. That means at GHC, it's the right time, the right place, at the right price. Did you know GHC has one of the lowest tuition rates in the country? That's right. You don't have to pay more for the same classes you would take at other colleges. Get your 2-year or 4-year degree right here at home. Now's your chance to take charge at Georgia Highlands College. Visit us today at highlands.edu to learn how you can take classes virtually anywhere and land a career in one of many rapidly growing fields. Again, that's highlands.edu. Highlands.edu.
And welcome back here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County trailing North Hall 23-14 in the fourth quarter of play. North Hall with a second down and 10. They pitch it out left side, and that one misses everybody. You just got to fall on it if you're the Trojans, but they didn't. Paulding County recovers, and the Patriots will have it in North Hall territory.
I can't tell. They haven't made a decision. They're fighting over it, but there's the flag.
Flag is thrown, but who has the ball?
I thought they were wrestling over the ball. Maybe they weren't.
Went all the way back to the 45 of North Hall. And it's Paulding County football. Can you believe it? Purrier with a bad pitch that time went over the head of the running back in motion. It was number 33 that would have caught it, Trey Patterson. Instead, it winds up going to the Patriots. Another gift wrapped up and delivered to Paulding County here in this second half.
That's going to be one thing. Really, both coaches, but especially Coach Davis, is going to be very frustrated. But like I said, he's got his young guys in those running back situation and in the running back position, but not being able to kind of close out this game, even though there's only 3:27 left. So the chances of them being able to Paulding County to score twice is slim to none.
So the penalty going against Paulding County after they had recovered it. The ball where they recovered was at the 45 of North Hall, but after that 15-yard penalty, it's going to hurt them big time.
Yeah, sure is.
It's going to move them back to their own 40, and you're saying, well, that's just a 15-yard penalty, but with a game where you got 3 minutes left, you're down by 2 scores, that one hurts that much more. It doesn't affect the yardage needed for a first down, though. It's going to be first down and 10 at the 40.
Well, because now what you're doing is you're taking it out of, you got to work harder to even get in field goal position if you're wanting to do that.
Malden letting it fly. David Okoye is wrapped up and taken down. They're going to say it was uncatchable, but he was right there.
That's a good call, though, because they hadn't called that tonight all night, so he didn't need to call it then. That was good consistency there by the referees.
I agree completely, and as much as the Paulding County fans are upset with it, and the Paulding County coaches as a flag is thrown, I believe a flag was thrown. An official talking it over with Paulding County's coaching staff, and maybe it was just, maybe my eyes deceived me as the play is going on the other side of the field. Ball at the 40, second down and 10 for Paulding County. They trail it by 9 points here in the fourth quarter. Man open on the right side. Instead, he'll look near side for Okoye, who drops it, bobbles it, catches it. They'll call it a catch. A gain of 9 yards, and now it'll be third down and inches.
I really thought they might. They were in cover two, and the safeties really started to cheat this side. They had one-on-one on that other side. I thought they might try to take advantage of that. But they didn't.
Ball at the 49 of Paulding County. Patriots looking right side. They have a catch for Khalil Jones. He has a first down inside the 40. A 12-yard catch for Jones. He is now up to 73 receiving yards. And more passing yards here for Braden Malden. He's up to 240.
Wow.
A great game for the senior. We knew he'd get his yards. Unfortunately, it's not equaled more points for Paulding County. He does have both touchdowns. And that's going to be a penalty called. They're looking to Paulding County. I believe it would have been declined. It was against North Hall. Might have been too many men on the field. Regardless, it's first down and 10 at the 39 of North Hall, Patriot football, but clock continuing to run. 2:37 to play here in the fourth quarter. Paulding County down 23-14. It's 2 receivers to the left, 1 man to the right. Got a tight end in the backfield, pretty much a tight end fullback, Obademi.
Yeah.
And then the running back is number 2, Micah Kelly. Pistol formation. Malden gets a snap.
Got him.
Sits in the pocket, got a man open. It is bobbled and dropped. Or is it intercepted?
Might
it's
be
picked
intercepted.
off. That is a touchback for North Hall, and the Trojans have it, and that might be the dagger.
I tell you, that was a catchable ball, it looked like. It just looked like it was bobbled, and such a great job. I didn't see who made the interception, but
couldn't see who it was either, but a great play in the defensive backfield by North Hall. We mentioned they've struggled defending the pass. They played it perfectly that time. You thought you had Khalil Jones, and Braden Malden made his first mistake of the night, just underthrew it by a bit.
Yep.
Got to put a little bit more air under it. So Paulding County gives the ball back over to North Hall with 2:28 to play, 23-14. Trojans on top. You're listening to Paulding County football here on the Mountain Coast Network.
Easy it is to save energy at home. So Georgia Power is here with a little reminder, because it's often as simple as a twist to switch to LED bulbs, or as easy as a lift to move furniture away from air vents. It could be the flip of a switch to turn off the lights in an empty room. One way or another, these small changes can make a big difference, helping you save energy for the bigger things in life. Visit georgiapower.com/energy efficiency for tips and programs to help save energy and money.
Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County a few minutes away from suffering their first loss of the season to North Hall. Trojans with a big pick on that last defensive series. Now trying to run the clock out as Purrier will turn upfield and get a gain of 6 yards.
Notice they got Rochester back in. They're also putting T-Lander in the backfield some just to try to make sure they can, I'm sure, try to close this out.
Saw some younger guys in.
Even though they're still, you're right, I think I still see Patterson in. But I don't think he's in the back, you know.
Well, this has been an amazing effort for North Hall.
Absolutely.
When you're a team, a 3A team beating a 6A team, that's big enough already.
Absolutely.
But 337 rushing yards on a good Paulding County defense. This one's not going to go anywhere. They hand it off up the gut, and a free defender equals a quick hit for Obademi. Brings up 3rd down and 3 now. Gain of 1 yard, I believe that was Rochester.
It was, I believe.
He's now up to 236 rushing yards in this game, 1 touchdown for the senior.
Wow.
And believe that would be the last time out for Paulding County. Patriots have fought until the bitter end, but North Hall has been too much. The Trojans trying to make some noise in Class 3A. They had the slow start last year, started 0-3, and they are trying to avoid that here in 2021. They're going to do so. This has been a fantastic matchup. We do want to thank all of our listeners for joining us on this Friday night here in Dallas, Georgia. We're back at it next week. Paulding County taking on Hiram. Big time Paulding County matchup. It's going to be a fun one. You won't want to miss it. That's one that you always circle on the schedule because it's the 2 county teams. That one's going to be kicking off at 7:30 next Friday night. Pregame starts at 7. Make sure to join us. North Hall, the Trojans will be hosting Stevens County next week.
And I'd be curious to see, because I knew that Hiram was playing South Paulding tonight. But like I said, it was hard to get scores tonight. So, but that's going to be one we'll take a look at.
Most definitely. North Hall trying to get a first down here, 3rd down and medium. Handed off to the do-it-all back, Rochester. He gets the first down. He's up to the 40, slung down at the 42.
Goodness
and
gracious.
That is ball game.
Just textbook, man.
Couldn't draw it up any better than that.
He's such a hard runner. Just
straight ahead, north-south, doesn't do anything fancy, but so dependable. Was he the one that had the fumble in the first?
I believe he was.
I thought so too.
He's bounced back.
Yeah, I'd say he's made up for it. Yeah.
North Hall now able to get in the victory formation
Yeah.
with under 1:20 left. They run the clock down to about 2 seconds on the play clock. Purrier steps back to the 40, takes a knee, and he'll have to do that one more time before the Trojans are 1-0. Paulding County, a deflating loss here in game one, but it's a long season. You got a lot more opportunities to turn it around, and they'll try to do so next Friday night at Hiram High School. We look forward to bringing you some more Paulding County Patriots football on Friday night. We wish good luck to the foes from Gainesville, North Hall. Good luck to them the rest of the season, expecting big things from the Trojans this year. Purrier under center one last time, steps back, takes a knee, and North Hall victorious on this Friday night in Dallas. Unbelievable performance for the Trojans, over 350 rushing yards, and they steal a victory 23-14 over Paulding County. What a fun matchup this was. Great to be back under the lights.
Absolutely. Yep.
Tough loss for Paulding County, but you can bounce back next week. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap this thing up here from Paulding County High School, Dave Hardin Stadium. Your final score, Paulding County 23. Paulding County 14, North Hall 23.
Lo fácil que es ahorrar energía en casa. Por eso Georgia Power te recuerda lo sencillo que es hacer un giro para cambiar las bombillas LED. O tan fácil como levantar un mueble para desbloquear las salidas de aire. Podría ser el interruptor que apaga las luces de un cuarto vacío. En cualquier caso, estos pequeños cambios pueden marcar una gran diferencia. Visita georgiapower.com para obtener consejos y programas que te ayudarán a ahorrar energía y dinero.
When it comes to college, you don't have to pay more to get more. Georgia Highlands College offers more value at the price you want. More focus on your goals. More preparation for your future. More help navigating your path to success. And with more in-person, remote, and hybrid class options than ever before, you don't have to pay more for the same classes you can get right here at home. Start taking charge of your future and let us show you how to pay less and get more today. Visit highlands.edu. That's highlands.edu.
It doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior or a star under the local lights. Sometimes it's just not that easy to bounce up and walk it off. That's why Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab is here to keep you healthy on and off the field. Our licensed and certified therapists and trainers provide quality health care designed to get you back on your feet as quickly as possible. And our urgent care offices are conveniently located where you work and play. Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab offers the experience and technology needed to get you back in the game. Find out more at floyd.org.
When in Rome, be sure to stop by your Martha Berry Highway or East Rome McDonald's after the game. They're open 24 hours in the lobby and drive-thru to serve you. And remember, they serve fresh, scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and $1.29 any size coffee, hot or iced, along with $1 any size soft drinks and sweet tea. Download the McDonald's app for great deals and earn loyalty and rewards points for every purchase toward free food. Your Martha Berry and East Rome McDonald's are proud supporters of Northwest Georgia's students and athletes.
And welcome back to Dave Hardin Stadium. Logan Maddox and Steve Turrentine with you. Your final score of tonight's matchup. Paulding County falls to North Hall 23-14. A tough season opening loss for Paulding County, but a lot of things that the Patriots can take from this and try to get better as soon as Monday morning.
Yeah, absolutely, and they will. I mean, and that's what you have to do. You're going to have to take some of the good things that they did, which both teams did a lot of good things well. You know, each team has things that they can brag on their team about, and each of them have things that they definitely need to work on. Both teams, however, need to work on making sure that their special teams is sharpened up a little bit. Had a lot of struggles getting on and off the field, and but man, just this was a great first game. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and looking forward to next week already.
Absolutely, and Paulding County traveling to Hiram. Sure, we'll check it out. Thank you, sir. We'll grab a picture of that real quick. Got the official stats here. Want to thank all the people from North Hall. They have been such a great help here tonight. We wish y'all good luck the rest of the season. But Paulding County back in action next Friday night. Going to be taking on Hiram on the road. North Hall going to be hosting Stevens County. We wish them good luck moving forward. Looking at the official stats, starting out with the team stats, 346 rushing yards for North Hall. No completed passes. Sounds like Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
When they beat Florida. Paulding County, 239 through the air, 15 on the ground. Purrier, not the player of the game, but a player that really meant a lot tonight for the Trojans.
Absolutely.
I think the player of the game has to go to Rochester, over 200 rushing yards, but just a phenomenal game all around. Purrier with 2 touchdowns, 54 yards on the ground, 10 carries, 248 on the ground for Kevin Rochester, 22 carries. He is going to be the workhorse this year.
Absolutely.
And he's going to shine if it's anything like tonight.
Absolutely.
Looking at rushing for Paulding County, 20 yards on just 7 carries for Dylan Taylor, 4 yards for Micah Kelly. Nobody else was in the positives for the Patriots. 19 of 29 passing for Braden Malden. You also had 201 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception for the senior quarterback. 122 receiving yards for David Okoye, 1 touchdown. You also had 72 yards and a touchdown on 8 catches for Khalil Jones. Nice receiving tonight for Paulding County.
Absolutely.
Good passing, but inconsistent defense. Couldn't run the ball. That's going to have to change sooner rather than later.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're going to, like I said, both teams have some things defensively they're going to have to work on. But overall, you've just got to – it's just one of those games. You're going to have to tip your hat to North Hall. They played extremely well. They ran the ball. Just fortunately, this game tended to lean more towards their style right now because they were able to get up ahead. Their style of offense enabled them to run the clock and eat that clock down. And, just such a great job right there by North Hall and everything they did. Great job being able to stop the run, forcing Paulding County to throw. However, it ended up being Paulding County's advantage because they threw the ball extremely well. But both teams, I bet you you give them, we'll see Paulding County in 2 weeks. I guarantee you they'll be much better than they are today, and North Hall will be too.
Well, it's been a fun one, Steve. It was awesome to get out here and finally broadcast with you. Been looking forward to it.
Always.
Looking forward to the rest of the season.
I'm excited. I appreciate it, and looking forward to doing this whole year with you, man.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to seeing Paulding County in action 9 more times, and if they make the postseason, maybe even more. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what all happens. They're back at it next Friday night. Make sure to tune in. Pregame starting at 7 o'clock. Kickoff at 7:30 at Hiram High School right here in Paulding County as the Patriots will try to knock off the Hornets on the road. A big rivalry matchup, and we hope you'll join us for that one. Hey, if you want to catch up on all the scores, unfortunately, we weren't able to get them for you, but you know who will? Northwest Georgia football. They're going to have their first ever broadcast of the Northwest Georgia football scoreboard show. It's going to start around 10:15 this evening on Northwest Georgia football's YouTube and Twitter. You can follow them on Twitter at NWGA Football. Great resource for high school football in the area. Well, that is it for high school football here on the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County Patriots brought to you by Georgia Highlands College. Again, your final score, North Hall 23, Paulding County 14. Thank you for tuning in. Steve, final thoughts?
It was just so much fun, Logan. You did such a great job. It's always fun working with you, and I'm just looking forward to a great season.
Absolutely, and it was great working with you. Great job tonight as well, Steve. And want to thank Mr. Beavers and Mr. Strickland, everybody over at Mountain Coast Network. And shout out to Larry Gardner over there with Adairsville as well. Great broadcast up in Summerville tonight. That'll do it for us here from Dave Hardin Stadium in Dallas. Your final score, Paulding County 14, North Hall 23.
You've been listening to a special presentation from the Mountain Coast Network. Paulding County High School football game coverage on MCN has been presented by Georgia Highlands College and in part by Floyd Physical Therapy and Rehab, Logical Systems, your East Rome and Armuchee McDonald's, First Bank Mortgage, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Georgia Power, and Automax. Thank you for listening, and please support our sponsors. Follow MCN on Twitter at MTN Coast Network and on the World Wide Web at mountaincoastnetwork.com. Paulding County Patriot Football has been brought to you on Mixlr.com by Georgia Highlands College and the Mountain Coast Network.